And we are live. Let's see if I can get this hooked up there. Up live. Oh, let's see. Get this muted. Come on. That's muted. Let's see. Invite. Copy. Paste it. Now go back to YouTube and pin it. Pin the message. Back to StreamYard, and there's my brother. Yeah, I'm here.
You home?
I'm home. I'm home. Live and in somewhat living color.
Did Did you click your heels 3 times?
Yeah. Click my heels. Get me home. Get me home. Or what? No, that ain't how she said it. Never mind.
Yeah, exactly. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, I am so tired and run ragged. I'll tell you what. I literally have not stopped since we got back.
Wow. Oh, wow. You know what? Getting older, man, it's tough.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's incredibly tough.
Hey, John.
Hey, John. Hey, Devil Dog. Hey, Dustin. How y'all doing? Let's see. Comments? Yeah, I'm on the comments. Okay, good. I'm making sure. All right.
You hear any kind of delay or anything? Or?
No,
Okay. Let me shut everything down.
I got YouTube up, but I've muted it. I'll probably close it so I don't freeze up or anything.
Unbelievable.
I've pinned up everything, so should be good to go. Oh, there's Dustin, my man, Dustin.
What's happening, everybody?
How you
What's
doing?
good?
I'm doing all right.
Good to hear.
Living the dream. Living the dream.
The problem is mine's a nightmare.
Oh, yeah, mine.
You live in Vegas, right? It's good.
Yes, sir.
Go play some poker. It'll be fun.
Indian Hemlock. Good to see you, man. I tell you what, since we got back from New York, I have not stopped.
Well, how bad did you get off your way?
I won't say I didn't, but I could have done worse.
I hear you.
I hear you. I had bread. I didn't have pasta, but I had bread.
Did you have pizza?
I did have pizza.
How'd you like it?
It was good. Ate at John's Pizzeria.
I didn't know what your itinerary was, but I was going to tell you to head downtown. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
To I can't think of the name of it now. The oldest pizzeria in the country.
Oh.
And it's still the only one left in the city that can use coal fired ovens. Yeah, Lombardi's. That's what it was.
Lombardi's. Okay.
Yeah,
I did hear about Lombardi's, but I did not. We didn't go there. We went to John's Pizzeria, and it was really good, and it was packed.
Lombardi's don't have no specialty stuff. It's one way, and that's it, and you can't get in the place.
Well, you can get the pizza 3 ways there: traditional, pan, and something else. I forget the other kind.
Just talking about pizza right now, I got to tell Marie to get my blood glucose meter. Let me check my sugar.
Ah, now, see, I want to now. I don't know what I'd have done if I'd have been in Chicago and that deep dish they got there. Man,
Oh yeah.
you're close to Chicago, aren't you, Dustin?
Yeah. I'm like 3 hours away.
That's not far.
No, I go usually once or twice a year. We go through there, or because we're in Wisconsin a couple times a year.
Oh, now I tell you, I went through Wisconsin one time and it was beautiful.
Yeah, we have a lot of fun. We go there, like because they live. Chandra's sister lives in like about the suburbs of Milwaukee, basically. So about 45 minutes outside of Milwaukee. So whenever we're out there, we like to go out to the lake and stuff, like Lake Michigan, and go out on the water and go up the Milwaukee River and stuff, and have a good time.
Well,
But yeah, talking about Chicago deep dish anyway, like the Chicago people who live there don't really they don't really consider deep dish their pizza. They consider that tourist pizza.
Oh,
And then there's like that there's like a Chicago thin crust that you can get like at the local, like, you know, the other pizzerias and stuff.
Yeah.
Hey Marie, nothing but love. How you doing?
Do you remember when Uno's came out? Uno's Pizza.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we still have one here.
Yeah, that was based on a Chicago deep dish pizza. Exactly right. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
we
But
got a Giordano's here in Indy somewhere, like it's somewhere in the sub, like it's about 20 minutes away from us, but we've got a Giordano's. They like did a like where they started branching out. That's that basically. It's like pizza souffle.
Yeah.
Well, we had
That's true.
we had a Uno's here, I think, at one time. Or
Yeah.
did I see it up there when I was on a trip up there one time? But anyway, I've seen it. I've actually had Uno's pizza, and there was what's another? I don't know where it's out of, but they ended up going out of business, I think, or they got bought out by somebody, by one of the fast food chains, and it may have been McDonald's bought them out. But there was a pizza restaurant, and I can't remember. I think it started with a D. Um,
Dummy.
Donato's.
Yeah, we've got Donato's here.
Okay, because we used to have them here, and they're gone. And nothing. You can't even find the frozen ones anymore here.
I don't think we ever saw the frozen ones, but I know because I mean we've had Donato's forever here. And we've got all the pizza places basically, and now there's a thing where like I've got some people that I know that open their own pizza place.
Mm-hmm.
Now you were going to ask me what it's called. I can't think. It's called Futuro. It's called Futuro Pizza. I've never tried it, but then again, we've got Rockstar Pizza here. That's the keto pizza. They make keto pizza. They've got like pizza, breadsticks, sandwiches. They have like a salad bar. You can get like keto soups, and they have a keto cookies and cupcakes. And
Oh wow.
yeah, that's only like 5 minutes from my house.
No.
What is it? Murphy's pizza that you buy?
Papa Murphy's.
Papa Murphy's. Do y'all have it?
Yeah, we have them here. You can get. They have like pizza bowls. I think all like, I think all the places you can get like a pizza bowl now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I mean,
you can get it at Papa John's. You can get it at. It's on the menu. Actually, on the menu at both of these, Papa John's and Marco's.
Yeah,
And
we've got Marco's too.
I like Marco's now. Marco's is great. I haven't had Papa John's in forever, so I haven't even had their pan or their pizza bowl.
Yeah, Papa John's, their sauce was very hot.
It is.
Yeah, very spicy hot.
Yes. Marie says she's holding her ears. She can't hear this.
Yeah.
No.
So Dustin, what's been happening, man?
Oh, we went to Colorado. That was a lot of fun. So like while we were in Colorado, I did have In-N-Out Burger and I had Whataburger.
Oh,
because we don't have those here. Like the closest Whataburger to us, I think, is in Alabama.
Oh.
I mean, right now, I think they're going to be opening them. They're expanding. I think a company out of Chicago bought majority share of Whataburger. So I think they're going to be opening locations in other states. But yeah, so whenever we go anywhere there's In-N-Out Burger, I always get that. Then we went driving through and did like 2-hour drives into the mountains, and
Thanks,
we had a
Johnny.
good time. And Halloween and
Johnny.
trick or treating, and
Good to see you, Johnny.
Yeah, we there's a I got it mixed up with Wahlburger.
No, that's a good burger too.
I've not tried that, but I know we have them in the stores here.
Well, I got that out of the actual restaurant. It was at Logan Airport in Boston, and I got their burger in a bowl. Basically, it was their salad,
Hey, Lashes.
and hey lashes, and it was. I'm telling you, that wasn't nothing short of fantastic. It was great. Now I still say Whataburger and In-N-Out are better, which I put In-N-Out above Whataburger.
You see, out here you can get them anywhere now. You can go in and get. I think it's In-N-Out. I'm not sure, but I don't go to them fast food joints anyway. I haven't.
Yeah, you got In-N-Out. There's even now an In-N-Out on the strip over by the link.
Yeah, but now they'll wrap them in lettuce for you. They'll on a plate. Before it was a big truck. It was a problem to get without the bun, or you take the bun off yourself. Right. Now they're almost like catering to it, where they don't have the bun on there and stuff like that. So
yeah, at Hardee's, or Carl's Jr. Depending on where you are, it's the same thing.
Yeah,
you go up to the window and you say, "Give me this burger, make it low carb," and they'll wrap it up in lettuce.
Yep.
That's all you got to say.
So it is making an impact. I mean, it's just like I had one lady say to me, "Why? How could you eat like that all the time?" After a while, I got used to it. I mean, it's my, it was my choice to that or medications. So no matter how you look at it, but yeah, it's just like a lifestyle. I said, how do you keep eating, McDonald's? How do you keep eating this? And if it's just like somebody who's smoking who's got lung cancer. Okay,
right.
If you got lung cancer, might as well. I mean, at that point, you just keep smoking, I guess. But
yeah,
I guess depending on how old you are, but
yeah. But I mean, that's my point of it. I mean, and people say, well,
Drunken Chef,
what exactly is a keto diet? It's a lifestyle change, no sugar.
Yeah,
that's what I look at.
The way you eat,
no sugar, and I just change things around. If you're looking to just lose weight, and you get everything in moderation.
Halloween is one of my favorite holidays, but I feel like a big fraud. Because I'll go and I'll get like 5 giant bags of candy to pass out to kids, and I'm thinking like, I won't. I mean, I can't say that I didn't have a couple of pieces of candy this year, but I mean, you sit there with a big giant bowl of candy. I'm like, well, I haven't had one of these in years. All right, let's have some of this,
Yeah.
And then like I'm sitting there passing out this giant bag of candy, and I'm like, man, I'm such a fraud.
I tell you, back when our kids were little, and even with the grandkids when they were little, we did the Halloween thing. Gave out the candy, the whole 9 yards. Then, after the grandkids don't live close enough by now to where we can do it with them, and my kids have long since grown. We do something different because Halloween is the anniversary of the day that I asked Paige to marry me. And so we go out and celebrate that and turn the lights out, and people say, "Oh, y'all ought to be giving it." I said, "No, we did all that. Now we're celebrating us." And they say, "But you still ought to do it." I said, "No, we're celebrating us. We're going to be selfish and celebrate us." And I'm telling you, I haven't missed giving out the candy because I don't have it in the house to mess with.
See, where I live, it's 55 and older, so we hand out Metamucil and X-Lax. So.
Well, I mean, for us, like, our granddaughter, we have our granddaughter 5 days a week. So she's here from 6:30 in the morning till 4-ish in the afternoon. So for us, like, trick-or-treating, they trick-or-treat in our neighborhood. Mm-hmm. So they come over, I put a fire in the front. I went and got the fire ring out of the backyard, moved to the front yard, put a little thing down, like one of those roasting pans down, put the Duralogs in there. I just cleaned that up today. It took me 2 seconds to clean that up, but I have a nice little fire out there, passing out candy, See,
if I had the grandkids close, I'd still be doing that.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of them that would still trick or treat, especially one. I got a 6-year-old granddaughter. She would definitely be trick or treating. I got
I
an
trick or treated. I was
11-year.
19.
Uh, uh,
I was like,
well,
trick or treat.
Candy, got any smokes? Got any?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, the last time I went trick or treating for myself, I think we did it. We went out to visit some friends in Cincinnati and went around Cincinnati and trick or treated through some little small town out there. That was pretty fun.
Well, you know, I was speaking of smoking, that made me think of this. They legalized pot in New York, and I got no issue with that. Go for it. It needs to be legal nationwide. But
Hey, Ginger.
how you doing? But they had pot stores on every block. I mean, smoke shops, you name it, they were there.
I
And
would put
I
a
even,
donut cart right next to it.
well,
I would.
there you go. And then I saw something that I laughed and said, why not? They had you know how you have food trucks? There's a pot truck.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like in Colorado, so we stayed in Colorado Springs for the majority of our trip. In Colorado Springs, they have a couple of pot stores, but you have to be a resident of Colorado Springs because that's their town ordinance. You have to be a resident to buy it in Colorado Springs. So we just went over to Manitou and bought some.
See,
Yeah.
I mean, you just go to the town over and buy some, and I mean, it's something I've never bought legal weed before. It was weird,
Yeah.
so I
Yeah.
did that.
out here, they have smoke shops all over the place, but you can't smoke it nowhere. Can't smoke in public. Okay, so you can't most of the hotel rooms. You can't smoke in the rooms.
Which is a lie because you could walk through those hotels and all you smell is weed.
Exactly.
So I smelled the heck out of it.
So now they just opened up. They just passed an ordinance now where they just opened up their first, almost like a hookah bar where you can go in and smoke. You know what I mean? I said, I told my wife, I says, so remember back in the day when the waitress used to walk around with the cigarette tray, wrapped around, cigarettes, Temporellas. Now they sell Little Debbie's chocolates and stuff.
Munchies.
Munchies.
Well, that's
It's
the
very
downside
funny.
of like Las Vegas. Like my grandma used to tell me about Las Vegas back when her and her boyfriend used to go in like the late 80s, early 90s and stuff. And then I've gone. I've been there 4 times now. Usually about every 3 years I'll go, but I haven't been since 2015. But it just gets more and more expensive to go. But last time I think I was there, I don't remember. 2015. I don't know if weed was legal yet.
No,
Darren Barrett, welcome.
It started in 18.
Yeah, but I mean, it didn't matter. We would walk down the hallway of our hotel, and all you would do was smell it.
Yeah,
smoking. Yeah. Oh, funny story. I was staying at in 2012. I was staying at the Stratosphere, and I got a double room because some friends of mine were meeting me there, and I got there a day early. And I go and I pull the sheet back on the bed, and there was a roach in the bed.
Oh, Lord.
Not a bug.
No, we ain't talking the crawly roaches.
Right. It was just, and I was like, well, I don't know what's in that. I'm not touching it. I just put on the, I just tossed it out. But I'm like, they used to put chocolates on the bed, I guess. But
there was a thing not too long ago that they were telling people how crazy this world got now. They're telling the people who are hotel workers who work in cleaning rooms and stuff like that. Okay. Not to drink anything, not to take anything out. Okay. Because they found some cans of beer that was left in the refrigerator that had pinholes in it and was shot up with some kind of stuff in it. So that if you popped it to drink it. So there's from that, what I understand, that is somebody who walks the rooms after somebody checks out and make sure to get rid of all that stuff. Because minimum wage worker going to, finds a pack of cigarettes or something like that.
It's like, woo, freebie
back in there. Yeah. I'm killing people.
Well, but you pick up a can that's got a hole in it, you're going to know. It's going to go, you know what I mean? You're going to know a can.
Yeah, because it's going to squeeze and it's not going to go push when you open it up either.
Right.
Okay.
But we're walking down Broadway up at Times Square, and I'm telling you, I saw, I don't know how many people just out there smoking pot in the public, lit up, smoking it. And I'm like, wow, this is different, you know. People are out of the closet, you know, so to speak. And then, okay, Ron, up on the top of the chat, there's a button you can click on it that well, it's a StreamYard, and it'll hook you up to StreamYard. And then in there, you tell it they want to enter into the chat or into the conference.
Yeah.
So come on up with that, Ron. See if you can work your way through that.
What's amazing is that even in New York City, they were like the first ones where you couldn't smoke anywhere, smoke a cigarette anywhere.
Hmm.
Okay, now all of a sudden now pot's legal. You can.
Not only did they have pot all over the place being smoked, there were people, I kid you not, with TV trays that you sit in front of the TV and eat food off of on the street, on the sidewalk, and in the pedestrian areas that were set up and had
That's
one guy
funny.
had like 50 or 60 joints at least laid out
That's,
on there. There's Ron.
that's funny.
Come
Hey,
on
Ron.
in, Ron. How you doing, Ron? Ron, do you know Dustin?
Can't hear him.
Oh, you're muted, Ron. Unmute yourself.
Can't hear you. No.
Uh-oh. It's not. Wait a minute. You are muted. You're unmuted. All right. Let's see here.
Let's see who we got in here. Big Mike G. What's up, brother? How you doing? Devil Dog.
But they were doing that. They were just selling it. We're not hearing you, Ron. We're not hearing you. Something with your microphone on your end because you're not. Okay, now you mute. You're muted now. Ron, you got it on mute, so unmute it. If you come down to the bottom, you'll see a thing that says mute. Just hit the mute button and it'll unmute. Let's see if that fixes it.
How's that?
Yeah, there you go. You're there.
Hi.
Hi. You made it in. Good.
Okay, I did this once before with a group of ladies. Yeah, there was 4 of us that was doing all this. Hi. I did. Thank you. So thank you for inviting me.
You're very welcome. Ron, this is Dustin. Wait a minute.
Hi,
Down
Dustin.
there, right below,
Hi.
and that's Tom.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And,
Ron, how you doing?
Good. I'm doing good.
Ron's got his channel. Ron's lost over 100 pounds also.
Yep, I watch him. Yes, sir.
And he's got some good recipes that he's putting out there right now, too. You got a second channel, too, Ron.
Well, thank you. Yeah, no, I actually lost 128 pounds. Yeah.
Wow.
I love the keto. Keto cooker Ron, actually.
Very good. I lost another 2 pounds, but I didn't count it. Just like my subscribers on YouTube. I'm going to make sure it sticks before I count it.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah. I'm now up to 56 pounds altogether now.
Well, I put on 3 pounds while I was in New York City.
3?
3.
Any bad?
No.
So my scale broke. My scale didn't break there, but my battery died on me. I got to get another battery. I haven't been able to weigh myself this week, and it's been driving me nuts. All those weigh-ins every day.
You're like me. Yeah, I weigh every day too.
I quit doing it. It didn't make any sense.
Shit.
Yeah.
I got a scale, and the only time I weigh is when I'm fasting because that seems to be something that people want to know. I lost 8.8 pounds yesterday or whatever. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I don't care. I go by how I feel. Like, do my joints hurt today?
There you go.
Yeah.
I weigh every day because it keeps me honest.
Nah.
Well, you know what? I've been really careful this week with the weight loss, and without weighing myself, I could feel it in my clothes more than anything. I've been losing weight this week.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really need a scale, but if you feel it in your clothes, you could tell in your stomach. I got rid of all that bloatness I had over a while.
Anybody besides me with type 2 diabetes?
I was never diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, but you don't get to be over 400 plus pounds and not be type 2 diabetic.
You got a point.
But I mean, I would say that the last time I had my HbA1c was like 2 years ago now, and it was like 5.2 or something like that. So,
wow. Yeah. See, yeah, that's good. That's damn near on the mark right there. My problem is I don't do anything in a box. I don't fool around with none of that stuff. Because I know once I do, it's a trigger for me. So I stay away from that.
Oh, by the way, everybody, I know I haven't seen many videos lately. I'm gonna get to them. I promise.
Yeah.
I've not been able to do it. I was enjoying life.
So I joined a collab with Kettle Kitchen, and it was about noodles, making noodles. And I used to make pasta all the time. Okay. So it was almost like riding a bike. You don't forget. Right? So I got the pasta out. I rolled the pasta out, and I came really close. really close.
Who'd you feed it to?
Marie ate it. See,
Okay. Nothing wrong with Marie. Yeah, she doesn't have it.
Marie lost 40-some pounds.
She was just saying that she did. That's amazing. Yeah.
And she's feeling really good and stuff. So I did the egg life wraps with the puttanesca sauce on it like that. But I had a lot of people say, "Oh, he's going to eat the pasta." Did you eat the pasta? No, I didn't try it. Not at all.
Have you tried the egg life wraps as pasta, Dustin?
No.
Because I know you have, Ron. You did a video on it, didn't you?
Yeah, I made the tacos, and I did the one with the pasta. I did 2 of them.
Yeah.
Now I got another one coming out soon. I made egg life wraps are getting very expensive.
Madwood Barbecue, welcome.
So I sent them an email and I said, "Hey, listen, I did right now. I probably got 18 or 19 videos about your product that I'm using. Between me and another friend, Mike, I said we probably got close to 200,000 views of your product. Is there any possible chance that you could send me some kind of break on the cost of it, whatever?" And they sent me out $1 coupon. So the $1 coupon, I went to the store, okay, and the price went from $5.99 for 6 of them to $6.99. So I give them the $1, so I'm right back to paying $5.99 for 6 of them.
Never ask for a discount. I'm sending you free shit. I reach out on Instagram to companies. Look, I'm not that big of a channel. I don't have that big of an Instagram following, but I reach out to them and I'm like, "Hey, can you send me something?" And Monk Pack was a company. They sent me free stuff. They just sent me more free stuff. They did like send me, we're going to send out this new product. You want to try it again? I'm like, okay. And they send me an email. "Hey, don't tell what the flavors are till after November 12th. Okay. You know what I mean? Like,
you got stuff from Fat Snacks twice, didn't you?
I got Fat Snack. Well, no, I bought the first round of Fat Snacks. And then Fat Snacks sent me something because it was basically an unfavorable review. It wasn't bad review, but it wasn't like singing their praises or anything. But I mean, I reach out to companies all the time. Sometimes they just don't respond. Like, I would love to do something with Liquid Death. It's just water. Yeah. But I would love to, like, if they would sponsor me or send me free product. I would, if they sent me free stuff anytime I'm on a live stream, I'll sit there and drink their water. I don't care.
Yeah. So now you know
cool as shit.
So you know who's watching your videos is Alan turned around and said, "Hey Tom, check out my video I made." Oh yeah, I seen that.
Welcome back, Ron. But yeah, the Fat Snacks, my thing with them, there's no taste to them.
I was getting it.
Hey man,
yeah, you're good.
Okay.
So what I did, Alan sent me out to watch his video, and he said, "See if we can tweak it up a little bit." So I got 4-ingredient pasta, no flour pasta, no nut flour, no nothing. So I've been working on that, and I tell you what, they're pretty good. Pretty good. So I got a couple things coming out with that. A couple videos.
Do you think you could make a pasta out of oat fiber, Parmesan cheese, and egg, like egg yolk, maybe?
More than likely, sure. Yeah.
And now whether it would hold up or not's a whole story. But
see, this one has a little bit of cream cheese in it, some Parmesan cheese, and also pork rinds. So you can. It's just getting it to the point where you can get it off the pan without it burning. That's the thing. So the ace in the hole I have is Marie used to make her own pasta, but she used to make like a crepe to make the manigot. All right. So we're working on that right now to turn this into it. And I tell you what, we tried it. Very good. Very, very good. And to make a batch, which probably came out to be, I don't know what the weight was, but it turned out to be where a lot more than a package of Egg Life. That's for sure. It was like $3.
Wow.
Less than $3 to do.
That's
to
not
make it.
bad.
So, yeah.
That's not bad.
No. Yeah.
Because you figure, I mean, how many, when you make pasta with Egg Life for something, how many of the wraps do you use?
2 each.
2 each. Okay. So you're using 2/3 of the container.
Because, Mike, it's very filling.
It is filling.
I mean, it'll fill you up. Just stop and think if you eat 2 tacos, So
Right.
I just wanted to do a
And if
plug.
you throw a good vegetable in there, salad or
yeah,
broccoli, whatever.
And don't forget, then you're putting the cheese in it. You're putting some regatta
Right.
cheese in and all that
Right.
stuff like that.
Right.
Spinach and stuff like that. So you're filling
Right.
pretty good up. So I'm going to do a real quick plug. Tomorrow night, 6:00 Mountain Standard Time. Go to Drunken Chef channel. Okay. We are going to be doing a live cook together.
I'm going to do my best to see that.
He's be cooking in his kitchen. I'll be in my kitchen. And this is for Men Cook Day. Men Cooks Dinner Day. So we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing that collab together. This ought to be a hoot because I never done a live cook. So,
in your case, it's just a regular day.
Yeah, exactly. but no barbecue.
And mine too.
Yeah,
mine
no
too.
barbecue. No barbecue.
But thing is, both of our wives can cook, but we do most of the cooking. They are more than capable of cooking.
Marie keeps asking me, "You gonna make another video?" That means I'm cooking.
But I know Dustin does. You do the cooking in your house because your wife's at work, right?
Well, yeah. So I mean, she doesn't like cooking keto. So she did a majority of the cooking before we went keto. Now I do 98% of the cooking. But she's getting a new job. Like Friday's her last day at her current job, and she starts her new job the following Monday. Then she'll be only working Saturdays and Sundays, and then she'll have Monday through Friday off.
Hey, Life. Thanks for joining us. Our treasured home, thank you for being here.
Yeah, not for nothing. Thanks for stopping in, Ginger and Madwood Barbecue.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I missed anybody. I'm sorry. I tried. Let's see.
Dan Burnett. Let's see who else here. Nancy, hello.
So yeah, I credit my mother with being able to cook. It's not like she taught me. She just taught me to not be scared to do stuff in the kitchen. That's the thing. And then Boy Scouts and being on my own for a long time, that helped. Oh, Ron, you having technical difficulties?
Yeah, I'm having problems with oh yeah. Plus I can hear like a double echo.
You got to shut off if you're on StreamYard and you have YouTube on, you got to mute YouTube.
Right.
Just click on the speaker icon up on YouTube, and that'll shut it off.
Right. I've got the stream up, but it's paused. But I've got the chat going, so I can still see the chat. But it's just the stream itself is paused on the YouTube.
Yeah, to get the first time I did it, I'm telling everybody, what's that echo? It was me. I was
yeah,
and plus I had my phone on, so the whole.
Man. Ron, we lost. You muted yourself on here, I think, Ron. No, I hear you now. I hear you.
Okay.
He's having trouble. Wow.
Wow. Ron's had an amazing journey. He's done so well with this, which, hey, all four of us that were up here, we've all done very well with this.
Yeah,
none of us got room to complain about it. That's for sure.
Last week I turned 68, and I'm at the point where, look, I ain't worried about going to the beach in a thong or anything like that. The furthest thing from my mind. My
Oh,
thing
come
is,
on! Don't you want to see that, Dustin?
no,
wanna
no,
I mean, you get an OnlyFans. I'll subscribe for 1 month. Okay,
I'll do it too. 1 month. I'll subscribe to you 1 month.
that's what I said. 1 month. I won't
But-
necessarily look at it, but I'll subscribe.
I'll subscribe.
But the fact of it is, I feel great. I really feel good. I mean, the other day, now the weather's changing out here, so it's getting cooler. But I feel a little joint pain here and there. But other than that, man, I'm feeling
That's the
really,
change
really
of
good.
weather. That's the change of weather doing that. Well, I went to the doctor today and I got all my lab results. My blood sugar was 84. A1C was 5.4. All my electrolytes were great. Kidneys, all my organs functioning good. Now, here's the good part.
Come
all
on,
that bacon I eat,
come on, drum roll.
you know, all that bacon I eat that everybody says is just going to drive your cholesterol crazy. Overall cholesterol, 171. Triglycerides, 39.
Whoa.
HDL cholesterol, 69. LDL, 94. So,
I can't hear you. Talk to me a little bit more. Come on. Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
What better? I mean, how can these numbers be any better?
My doctor looks at me, looks back at the paperwork, looks back at me again, says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Nothing you got me doing." We tried that stuff. We tried that.
I tried your standard American diet. I went freelance.
We tried that. And you know what?
I remember I was seeing this at my old job. We had a general practitioner in the basement because we're in
805. What's up, brother?
downtown.
Hey, George.
And I remember going in like year over year, my biomarkers were getting better and better year over year.
Right.
And she's like, "Well, how often do you eat red meat?" I'm like, "Every day." She goes, "Well, maybe you should cut back." I'm like, "Why?"
Why?
I'm like, "You're looking at my biomarkers and they're better year over year, right?" "Yeah." "Then why would I change what I'm doing?"
Yeah, I mean, God.
I
If
get
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, they have to kind of like, like sell what they're selling. You know what I mean? I mean, like if I were to leave and have a heart attack, then they would think like it's my fault. He was eating too much red meat or whatever. You know what I mean? Well, but I understand that.
Yeah. I told my doctor, and my doctor's he's pretty thin and, pretty healthy and stuff like that. I said, "I tell you what, here's what I want you to do." I said, if in your busy life, okay, go out and check out a couple doctors, Ken Berry, a couple other doctors.
Not for nothing, Homestead. Thanks for stopping by and hitting that thumbs up.
Eric Westman, check these guys out and find out because they're still practicing. Yeah. They're still practicing. Right. One runs Duke University. This end of it. I said, see what they have to say about it. Don't take my word for it. I might be the fluke that you have running around your office here, but so then they tell you, well, keep doing what you're doing, type of thing. So
I told her first time I went to this doctor I'm going to, now after leaving Kaiser because I couldn't get Medicare through them. He sits there and he says, "So, what are you doing to do this?" And I said, "Keto," because I had gone to him before and he saw how much weight I had lost since when I came to him before. He goes, "What are you doing, keto?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, you know what? It's not sustainable." And I said, "Oh, well, I've been doing it for over 3 years now. So when is that non-sustainability going to kick in?" Yeah. And he just got quiet and you could see underneath the mask this huge smile. You know how you can tell when they got huge smiles? And he looked over and he said, "Okay, you got me." Okay.
Yeah, that's what I love, like the unsustainability. Like I've been doing this since, what is it now? This is 2022, almost 2023. I started in 2016.
You're 7 years in.
That's what I did, but then I got off it for a while. I switched and I went carnivore for a while.
Well, that's basically the same thing.
Yeah,
I mean anything it's just like a more strict version of keto,
right?
Really,
exactly.
So then I just wasn't. I don't know. I just went back and added some, the greens and stuff like that. My problem was the diabetes. That was the kicker for me because no matter what I ate, okay, if I had 3 French fries, my blood sugar went through the freaking roof. And on top of it, they almost killed me, put me on insulin. And so I'm insulin resistant. So no matter what insulin you give me, it's not working. But now I can see that when my sugar does spike, it comes right back down again.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the area where I want to be. I want to be in that point. Now, I haven't cheated with anything in a while. I shouldn't say that. I had some blueberries. I had a couple of grapes the other night.
Kettle Kitchen, thanks for stopping in.
But realistically, grapes and blueberries aren't what made you diabetic.
Exactly.
Bingo. Exactly.
It's like these folks that they count everything. Now, if that helps you to stay on track, go for it. I get it. But when I just counting how much broccoli or how much cauliflower or how much garlic I put on something, why I can't do it. I'm like, that ain't what made me fat.
Yeah, I get, and coming from the restaurant business, we loaded people up with nothing but carbs and sugar.
That's because it was cheap.
Well, no, because that's the way everybody said, oh, make sure you have this, you have that. So first thing you do, you sit in a restaurant. What do you want? You want something to drink? You want something to drink? Okay, with that, they give you bread and this and that and whatever. And then comes out, you want that with fries, baked potato, hash browns, whatever. Well, that comes out with that. Then in between, some kind of starchy vegetable. And then at the end, let's have some dessert. So by the time I'd send you from the table in my restaurant home, okay, by the time you get home, you're spinning. Sugar overload.
I was thinking about that the other day, right? So you think about a place like Outback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Outback is a steakhouse.
Yep.
Yeah.
But what do you get at Outback? You get a teeny tiny little steak.
Mm-hmm.
You get like a 6-ounce, maybe their big 8-ounce steak. Okay. I'm like, we still go every once in a while because we used to love going to Outback. They love the blooming onions and stuff. We do. We're like, I would say we're 95 to 98% keto.
And in my restaurant, we would close the kitchen. For dinner at 11 o'clock, we had a bar and it was open till 2. So whatever I had left, if I had baked potatoes left, if I had whatever it was, I made into bar food. Okay.
There you go.
We'd make loaded potatoes. Okay. Load them up. So I'm feeding people that are just slamming beers down. Okay. More carbohydrates.
Yeah.
And then feeding them
galore.
Stuffed potatoes. Okay. Or nachos or whatever, stuff like that. So the carb high was just like completely nuts. I had a couple of friends of mine who were told no fat. Lay off the fat, the butter, that's innate, eat all the pasta you want. Because back then, that's when Olive Garden opened up. Okay. Breadsticks, salad, and pasta. Okay. Well, I had a couple of friends of mine. Well, one tragically died while he was jogging. Okay. Had a massive heart attack because he gave up all the fat and stuff like that. So, it just went full circle with everything, how everything turns around. And all I do is I go like this. Okay.
I remember that beginning of the fat-free stuff. I remember my mom and grandma would come home and be like, we got these cookies. They're called Snackwells.
Snackwells, yeah.
You can eat them. Or my grandma would be like, oh, look at this. I got rice-a-roni. It's low-fat. You can eat as much as you want. And I'm like, big bowls of rice-a-roni.
Fat-free frozen yogurt.
Oh, yeah. Like TCBY was huge. Like all the fat-free stuff came out and hit so hard. And like all I did was get fatter.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I got to the point where I had a hard time getting between the steam table and the stove. Okay. I actually learned how to cook sideways. You talk about an art.
I don't eat out that much now. When we do, it'll be like a place where we can get breakfast at, or it'll be a Mexican place that we can take our own stuff into, that kind of thing. That's where we eat. Like last night, it was really late coming back from where we were, and so we picked up Boston Market, and I got cream spinach and chicken.
I don't think we have those anymore here.
Oh, I love them. I love Boston Market. It's great.
See, the fact of the matter is that
the man right there, Ron. He's up there in New England. Y'all got Boston Markets up there?
Yeah, we. So I'm still picking up at Okay, so when you guys talk, I'm getting an echo from somebody else. It's like I'm getting two voices, but
Did you mute your?
Did you go to YouTube and mute mute it there?
yeah, I just you and I will get together another day and we'll try to see if we can resolve this issue for the next time I'm
Okay.
online. I don't
Okay.
have the issue with this.
Yeah,
Do
we
you
can
have
work this out.
Do you have on your computer? Do you have the volume turned up on your computer because you had headphones on?
Hang on a minute. Let me. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do.
Yeah, lower
I
that
do.
down a little bit and
No.
see if that works.
Okay,
How was
so
that?
no, it's just not. I lowered it up. I lowered it down. It's not doing any good.
Okay.
Okay. No, but yeah. Anyways, so when I'm talking, all of a sudden I hear my voice repeat itself. You follow what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like I'm not live. I'm like about a 5 or 10 second delay or something like that.
No, we're not hearing that. So you sound good on our end. So it's all
Yeah.
on your end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hear you guys, but I'm getting a double echo from all you. Like you guys talk, and then I'm getting another talk from you guys.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah.
shut YouTube down and just
I've
use
already done that 3 times.
Oh.
And I need to change my USB port. That's why I went offline for a minute or two. Yeah.
Johnny,
Well, we'll just deal with
Expeditionary
it for
Johnny.
tonight, and we'll try to get that resolved on the next time
Okay.
around.
That'll work. But I know they call it Boston Market. I didn't know how many of them there are actually around the Massachusetts area.
Well, we actually have an Amazon fresh market being built in our city. Is going to be ready to go online in June or July. I actually went down there today. They were building it.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's Amazon Fresh Market. It's called.
Wow.
Cool.
Is it going to be one of those manless ones, like where you just walk in and buy what you want and just walk out?
Yeah, I think this particular outfit is just one where you just order stuff online and they bring it to your house and they bring it out to your car.
I can't get used to that. I just can't.
No,
I got a shop for myself.
My wife and I go shopping. I like to look at the produce and stuff like that when I want to see what I'm buying. I don't want somebody else making a choice for me. Because a lot of times, if I see a dent can or something like that, unless it's marked off, I usually won't buy it.
I won't either. Yeah, I won't buy them. I don't buy the dentist stuff. If I do grocery pickup, I never do delivery. If I do grocery pickup, it's going to be something that I'm not real worried about. It might be like mayo and mustard or something like that. Or I won't.
I'm waiting for one of us to say, "Get off my lawn."
And well, I want to pick out my own produce. I want to pick out my own meats.
I actually worked at Hannaford's last year, and I did the picker job, and I did that for like 4 months. And I left because I was making a lot of mistakes by putting the groceries in the wrong bags and stuff like that, and they couldn't get the amount of hours that I was looking for on a steady basis. And then our local newspaper called me up to do some freelance photography, and I was doing like $75 a location every time I was going out 4 or 5 times a week, taking photos. And right now, I'm a photojournalist, and I do photojournalism, and it was working out pretty good for me for a while there, like 3 or 4 months, and then they got slow, and then they let a whole bunch of people go, and now I'm just doing my own kind of thing. I'm doing the YouTube channel, and I do a lot of volunteer for our city. I just became a member of local for the first responders for emergency management center, and yeah, I'm just having a time of my life and enjoying life as God gives it to me. Yeah.
So do you consider yourself retired?
Funny you should ask that, Mike, because I just got my official letter from Social Security yesterday stating that I made full retirement and nothing changed my disability. But I do so much fun. I give back about 90% of my time to a local community, and
Okay.
So I'm
That's
not
cool.
retired. I'd like to go back to work. I just applied for a job at the recreation center for like a landscaper for the winter and summertime. That's something going to happen over there, so I got to finish the application to talk to the director tomorrow when I go see him. It's only a part-time job. It's all I'm looking for is part-time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I spend so much time doing things for other people. I do for my wife. I do for my mother-in-law. I do there's a guy down the street who can't drive, and I take him to the grocery store and that kind of stuff. I did that today. I took him to the grocery store today. So
Nothing wrong with it.
No, I don't mind doing it.
I've been doing the same thing here, and I volunteer for the local parish on Friday night, so I'm giving out a lot of my time, but I love it. It's fun, and you're just taking one moment at a time right now and living for the today, because tomorrow you never know.
Right. Sometimes it gets a little overwhelming, and I got to step back for a second. But I keep trudging along, and Dustin, man, how old is your grandchild?
4.
Wow.
Man, I don't even want to think about trying to keep up with a 4-year-old right now.
We took her on a walk today. Took her to the park. We had a good time. She colored all. Well, she did. She colored all over my arms.
Great age, boy! I tell you,
man.
my grandsons when they were little, so I spent a lot of time with them. We lived in North Carolina at the time, and I was battling bladder cancer, but they kept me going. Okay, and then, one guy was I think 6, and the other guy was like 2 or 3, whatever. And they just nonstop, just constantly doing stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that pulled me up out of the woe is me type of thing. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, my wife took a year off from work. This was our youngest granddaughter, who's 6 now. I imagine she was 3 at the time, maybe. And she took a year off from work and kept our granddaughter so that my son and daughter-in-law could work at the same time. And she was here almost entirely for that whole year. And that was, I know it got exhausting for my wife, but my wife will tell you now, she wouldn't trade that year for anything.
Nope, not at all. And man, the little guys.
I wouldn't either. It was great. I did a lot. I was working full time on my job, and my wife wasn't. It was. She had a full time job with the 3-year-old.
The youngest guy was just starting to learn how to talk. I mean, he was walking, and he'd come in with a tablet, and as he walked past me, "Hey, Pop, you got Wi-Fi? What the hell are you talking about? Got Wi-Fi?" So I said to him one day, I said, "Hey, listen, what can't you say? What does Mama say you can't say? So you don't say it over here, and Pop knows what you can't say."
Alex, Blue Ice, good to see you, brother.
So he rambled on and on and on and on about different words you can't say, and then he said, "I can't say bullshit like Pop."
Yeah,
we don't really censor her too much around the house. She says she's 4. She says whatever. I mean, she uses all the words correctly.
But now,
that's what I was getting at.
Don't let her see George Carlin.
Yeah.
That and the 7 deadly words, which all of them ain't deadly anymore.
No. Obviously.
Unless you're a YouTuber.
Yeah, they'll knock you out. That's for sure. But wow. So, what you cooking this week, Ron?
Well, you guys, we're talking about egg life wraps. I made a Taco Tuesday. I made a baby shrimp, avocado, and tomato sandwich with my homemade mayonnaise.
Cool. That sounds good.
And the process of that was I take 2 of those egg life wraps and I fry them up lightly on both sides, and then I fold them over into a wrap, and then I toast it on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
And I got 2 sandwiches out of it, and canned shrimp, by the way. You can use fresh; it doesn't matter. And today I had a ribeye steak that we had made. I also made one of those pumpkin breads because I'm obsessed right now with pumpkin. And so it's been good. I don't know what we're going to make tomorrow. I told Donna we're going to have probably a quick meal tomorrow, and I just I had 3 eggs today for protein, and I'm thinking about going back and doing another beef and butter fast later on in the week before the holidays.
I did that once. I haven't done it since. I need to do that again. That was a good fast. Of all the different fasts I've done, that one I enjoyed the most.
Yeah.
So what's a beef and butter fast?
Well, you don't have to isolate it to just beef. It could be any. It could be fish, pork, ground beef, chicken, any sort of beef. But basically, what I do is I eat between about 12 ounces of ground beef, and I use beef butter. And wait a minute, let me think process here. The first time I did a beef and butter fast, I lost like 12 pounds that week, and I know like a lot of it was like water weight.
Mm-hmm.
But what I did was I took some 2080 ground chuck and I fried up say a couple of tubs of it for the whole week, and I put a slab of butter on it, and then I was eating a couple of containers of that a day, and then it calls for a bulletproof coffee. I haven't done it in a while, but I'd have to go back and search one of my older videos. But I was very successful with that, and then I've done the egg fast, and that's been very successful with that. But the problem with the eggs, I've had so many eggs in the last 2 or 3 years. I don't feel like having any eggs unless I'm really in the mood for them now, because I feel like if I have any more eggs, like with an egg fast, I'm going to feel like I'm going to turn into a chicken and start clucking. Yeah.
I know the feeling. That you eat. I did an egg fast for 5 days, and I cooked eggs about every way you could imagine.
Yeah.
And by the time that 5 days was up, I was so tired of eggs.
And Jimmy Moore, the original inventor of the egg fast, he's done that for like 30 days at a whack. Now, how many different ways can you fix eggs for 30 days without getting boring? You can't.
Yeah,
I
just
tried a bunch of stuff. The beef, they've modified the beef and butter fast. The BBBE fast.
Bacon butter, beef and eggs.
Beef and eggs, and that
BBBB.
I want to give that one a shot too.
I think I want to do that too. I'll probably do that after the holiday. I mean, we're coming into 2 months of holidays, but
Right.
One of the things like we're getting ready to start doing is doing coffee reviews.
Okay.
Because I think everybody loves coffee, and
that sounds good, George. Meatball soup.
Oh man, yeah.
Murray makes that
I
all the
wanted
time.
to show you guys what I won this past week.
I couldn't see it. What was
a
it?
spiralizer.
Oh, spiralizer. Oh, cool.
I took some chances at the church fair this past week for $5, and I won that. So I bought a zucchini. What I want to do this week too is I want to spiral with some zucchini, fry it up in the frying pan with a couple of eggs. Try it that way. And maybe put a little bit of tomato sauce on it or something like that.
Got to dry them out real good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a lucky one.
You got to dry it out good. Let them dry. Put them in the refrigerator. Let them dry out good. Put them in the oven for a little bit, and then they'll snap up a little bit more.
Okay. I get you.
That's how I dry them out. Is I put them in the oven on a low temp, a really low temp, for like 250, something like that, for about 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and it dries them up real good.
Yeah. See, I don't do all that, the bacon and stuff like that. We eat just once a day, so I have some kind of small vegetable, some kind of meat, and I'm done for the night. I mean, that's where I got myself to.
Coffee review sounds interesting, Dustin.
My thought was I was I was shopping, and there was a bunch of Disney coffees by this company. So there's a company called Joffrey's Coffee. I mean, they sell in the parks. I mean, you can go they have the coffee shops in the parks, and they have the 50th anniversary. I did a short on them, but different kinds of coffees, different flavors. Because I don't really worry about whatever the carbs are in the coffee, because they're not sweet.
Right.
So there's just a little hint of a flavor, and I figure I was at a yard sale over the summer, and I got a French press.
This is what I made today. This is a pumpkin bread.
Ooh, that looks good.
Looks delicious.
Yeah,
so I figure I would open those up and start doing reviews of. I got 6 or 7 Joffrey's coffees.
Wow, it looks moist.
We'll see how that goes and see how people respond to those, I guess.
Have you tried that concentrated coffee? What is it, Javi?
I haven't. I see all that stuff I just had my first nitro the other day. We were at this this in town like trick or treat event at this park in our town, and they had like a couple of food trucks. They had like a coffee truck and a slushy truck show up, and I got some of this nitro cold brew. So it's kind of like foamy, like Guinness, but it was coffee.
Right. Wow.
Got
It
my
wasn't
attention.
carbonated, but you know what I mean? Like,
As soon as you
so I'd
said
never
Guinness,
tried
you got my
nitro
attention.
About 3 years ago, I gave up coffee for Lent, and I did without it. I just stopped drinking it, and I went probably a year and a half without having any. And I've done it a little. I throw in a cup or two every now and then, but I don't have it on a regular basis. Like I had coffee once, I think, while we were in New York, and and that
Really?
was the first time in probably. No, I'm sorry. I had it twice. That's right. I got it at a place called Magnolia Bakery.
All of a sudden, since I've been doing this now, I've been becoming more and more coffee drinker, drinking more coffee.
that's like kind of what I was. Like, I didn't really drink coffee all that much until about 2010. I quit smoking and I picked up a coffee habit, which actually cost me more money. So I was like, because I was a smoker and I smoked for about 15, 20 years, somewhere in that, like, when I was like 18 years old till I was 30, whatever, 32, whatever it was. And I gave up the smoking, started drinking coffee because it was something, because like, you have that like, okay, what am I going to do with my time at work now? So I go on my first break and go and walk to this coffee shop that was on the property. So I was spending $2.50 a day on coffee, which isn't that bad compared to like Starbucks, but still, like that was more than I was spending on cigarettes.
Yeah, I
and
call
then
them $5.
yeah, and then when we get to sorry,
I signed up for those K cups there. I got about 500 K cups in the house, so I'm all set for a few months.
well, yeah, I set up. I get the ones from Amazon,
Yeah,
and so we've got our primary coffee. We have one of those. It's called an Instapod, and it's got the K cup side and it's got the Nespresso side. So that's what we normally drink. So that's why, like with the so like I've got all this coffee. I had to have something, so that's why I got that French press, and I had to get a kettle, and so. We're gonna have some fun making some reviews on coffee. I'm trying not to inundate the channel with it. I'll probably do 1 or 2 a month, maybe, and then mix in with the other products that we do, because I've got about 20 or 30 products right now to review. We've been slacking so bad with vacation and all that stuff.
I got a mail call I need to do, and I need to do some cooking videos. I'm gonna do one, amazingly enough, with eggs. It's called a Hamlet.
A Hamlet.
Yeah.
You need to get. So there was a character on Tiny Toons. There's a cartoon called Tiny Toons, and inside that there was like that may not have been Tiny Toons. It might have been Garfield and Friends. And Garfield and Friends, there was like another like little farm cartoon in with that, and there was a guy named Hamlet in that. So you made to get a little picture of him in there.
I got videos already up on YouTube that are scheduled waiting until November 20th.
Good.
Well, look at you being all proactive. I'm over here slacking like a mug. Like I don't have anything ready to go. I'm not even working on anything right now. I should be ashamed of myself.
Dustin, you know why I did it was because I did it because I was going on a couple lives. And then all of a sudden find myself rushing to get it because I was doing Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. So now I'm just doing Wednesdays and Sundays. And I said, you know what? I'm backing off of all the other lives that we were doing other than ours. And I'm going to just get busy. So whatever I cooked, I planned it out. And I tell you what, I'm a happy camper. I can sit back now and, I'll do a couple more for another week or so and just keep going that way. And it's a lot easier on the editing, no stress. If I make a mistake, I can scrap it and do another one. So I guess.
So have any of you guys been seeing any pushback on your shorts?
As far as.
So I'll get comments on my shorts like every once in a while. I'll get comments, all you're doing is shorts. I'm like,
Yeah, I seen that on yours.
My thing is like, okay, I'm going to try. My goal is to put out 2 or 3 long form videos a week, usually 2. Goal 2 to 3, and then fill in the gaps with shorts.
Right.
And I know, I mean, because YouTube is pushing them very hard,
Right.
even though they're not making me any money. But I
No.
take that back because one of my shorts actually has made me like $50.
Wow.
But it wasn't because it's viral. It's because when it gets picked up as a search and somebody picks it up as a search and they watch it, then you get the ad revenue from it. At least that's the way it was, because I have a short that's got like 50,000 views,
Wow.
but it's almost all from search. And I made like $47 off of it.
Wow.
I haven't done any shorts yet. I just, I don't know why I haven't done them, but that's probably something I should be thinking of.
Yeah, they're different. They're different. And I got to figure out how I make a short from the regular long form video. I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay, you got to do it on your phone. And it's not the best, because if you look at the ones that I've made where like we're doing a review, it's like cut down the middle. So like I'll be here and Chandra will be here.
Mm-hmm.
And so then you've got like half of my face and half of her face. And then like hopefully the product's in the middle. And it's like that little teaser intro. And yeah, it might get 1,000 views, but it doesn't. So the reason why they want you to do that is because then you're supposed to be able to click on the little thing on the front of the short to get you to the long form, but the way it's worded doesn't make any sense.
Right.
It says created from Keto Simple. It doesn't say watch full video here.
Why couldn't they make it simple like that?
Because nothing on YouTube is simple.
No, that's true.
No,
that's true.
And even like their new stuff with the music coming out, oh goodness, it's going to be a nightmare.
Now, from the way I understand it now, see the interpretation. Now, most of your stuff the shorts I did in the back was done with music. Okay. Now they're saying they're not going to push them ones with the music because they're worried about getting hit with copyright. Now you're getting that music from YouTube to put up 15 seconds.
Right.
Okay. Or less. You can use music. All right. Last 3 I put up, one had 124 views. Another one had 70 or 80 views on. I just put up today a 7-second video, a short, 7 seconds, no music, and just got hit 8,500 views. So they're not pushing the ones with the music for some reason.
Well, I've had some that have gone, like I had one where it was just me stirring a pot of chili, and I had used a clip of a comedian talking about, I love food. I love watching people make food.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
So my easy peasy chapo recipe, that went 9,500 views this past week. That's my most popular video. 2 slices of cheese and 1 egg, and the provolone cheese from the Sargiano, the ultra thin cheese. Very, very simple. And you can put whatever you want on there for condiments. And just for giggles, guys, I told my wife the other night, I said, you know what? I wonder if I could do a video on just how to boil water. So I went on YouTube and searched it. I go, you're going to be kidding me. This guy's got like 30 million views on just how to boil hot water. I go, are you really? Seriously?
Hey, Ron, and you got to put up on the side, you got to put a carb count on it.
Yeah. Give the macros.
So yeah, that chili one I made, it was a 7-second video. I used it from the short. I used it from the music, create a short. And it was the comedian's voice, 7 seconds. And it tells me that it's ineligible for monetization. Shorts library with third party content. It got me 3,088 views.
Wow.
With like 44 likes. So I don't know, like, if that's driving traffic to me. Most of my other shorts this week have been like 100. Well, I had one like Costco cilantro lime, had like 637 views. But most of them have been pretty low.
There's a gentleman on YouTube, and I tell you what, he's pretty straightforward. It's Johnny Smallpepper, his name is. And he does on Saturdays. He'll call people out and the whole bit. But he's a straight shooter, and he knows what he's talking about. He made a statement last Saturday on his live that I tell you what stuck with me. He said, you get people that are doing, talking about how to get more views, how to get more subs, how to get more anything on YouTube. He said, is full of crap. He said, they don't know what they're talking about. He says, because we're all part of something where there's no rules. There's no set rules. This is what you got to do this. He said, it's all
Frugal
baloney.
Mama, welcome.
He said,
okay, so there are a few people that I pay attention to, like Nick Nimmin, Think Media, and they push like, you know, how to make your content better, because obviously the more your content grows and the better you're able to edit and the better your content looks, sounds, and the more professional it comes off, you're always going to grow your audience. And realistically, the better you become as a person speaking on camera, the better you're, you know, the more comfortable you are in camera, the better you're going to do. So that in of itself is not, I would say, is not fiction, you know, fictitious, but there's a lot of things with YouTube, like the algorithm. But if you replace algorithm with audience, so how do I interact with the YouTube audience? How do I get the YouTube audience to watch my content? Well, as you're making your content, you're going to release it and you're going to see, okay, this video did well, this video did well, this video didn't do well. But why didn't it do well? How was my thumbnail? What was my titles? It's a convoluted dance. It's like spinning plates. So there is a rhyme and a reason why YouTube does what it does. Think about someone like Mr. Beast. He's got 107 million subscribers on one channel.
Yep.
And every time he releases a video, it goes viral. But he releases a video once a month. Now, part of that is because everyone knows who Mr. Beast is now. But even still, he got to the point where he can do that. So,
and he's getting a lot of traffic from the old videos too.
Yeah, but don't you think, though, Dustin? Don't you think that at one point he got lucky? The right time at the right place?
No, because he did it for 10 years.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Really,
before he's been doing it since he was 13 years old.
And he only in the last couple of years hit it big.
Well, I mean, yeah, like he started when he was like 13 years old making videos. Would do it like he would like had like a video. All right, I got 7 subscribers. So he started young and he worked his ass off. And that thing is, he didn't care about anything else. He didn't care about going to the bars. He didn't care about doing anything. Like he didn't even care so he would go to college because his mom was making him go to college. He would sit in the parking lot of college with the Wi-Fi and edit videos for YouTube. Yeah. He wasn't going to school.
Yeah,
and then it wasn't until like he finally he got a month where he made 20 grand on YouTube and goes, okay, I guess I have to move out of my mom's house because I'm not going to college anymore.
Yeah,
but he picked apart YouTube to understand what his audience wants. That's what that's what we as creators should be looking at. You know, we look at what does how do we cross-reference what it is that we want to do versus what what our audience is going to want to watch.
Yeah, but see,
if our audience doesn't want to watch it and we don't want to make it.
Yeah, I mean, I watched a person start out with keto. Okay, the quotes with keto, and not per se cooked anything or anything. Most of it was done shopping. What they buy for keto. Okay. And it went from 0 to 6,000 in a couple months. Okay. Nothing different. It was the same stuff over and over and over again, twice a week with these shopping videos. I'm not going to mention any names because, God bless them. They're doing great. But
how was their personality, their interaction, their, all that stuff?
It was, well, and there again, I don't want to sound like a nut or whatever, but it was the way it was done, and mostly it was female. Let's put it that way. So the views come up a little bit more.
And that's legitimate because you got to remember, bulk of the audience in the keto sphere is female. I can go in my analytics and look at who's watching my content. It's predominantly women.
Yeah.
Like 40s and 50s. It's not. I'm not getting 20-year-old women.
Mine
I'm not getting
is
20-year-old men. Men aren't watching my channel very much. Some.
I identify as a 20-year-old woman, so there you go.
my,
So
I'm a
mine-
woman trapped in a man's body.
mine is 18. I'm sorry, 24 to 34. Okay, and mostly men. That's who watches my channel, and all I do is cook. I don't do anything else. So I mean, to get that one, that burst that this one person got, and bang, and next thing you know, went from stage here to over here immediately. So I think a lot of luck has to do with it. Some of the filming wasn't the greatest.
So
You know what I'm
were they actually in the store doing it?
No, at home.
At home, just showing what they bought.
Just showing what they bought at home.
Some of
Wow.
my better videos are that. So I mean,
Yeah.
I might do
people
that.
care about hauls.
might
People
try that
care
to see
about
what
that
happens.
stuff. So
I might
So
try that to see what happens. Just show
But-
what I bought.
You see, but you're missing my point. My point is, okay, that you can go through, you can have the best cameras, you can have the best lighting, you can have everything right there.
Right.
If something doesn't come across, if YouTube don't push your
don't
stuff
get
that certain
Yeah.
way, it's not going to happen.
and so and you can look at your analytics too when you look at YouTube. So within the first 24 hours, YouTube starts kind of pushing your content out to people that it thinks will click on your content. That's the biggest thing. YouTube wants people watching YouTube. So they're going to take your content from the moment you publish it. They're going to start pushing it out to people that are locked in, that typically click on videos that are in line with your keywords and titles that you have and things like that, right? So then they start pushing that out.
Mhm.
Then you've got your title and your thumbnail. And if people want to watch your content, they're going to click on it. The more people click on it, the more YouTube is going to push it out. So I have like usually weekly meetings with a buddy of mine about this very thing. And you can look at YouTube. So like between 24 hours and 7 days, YouTube will usually push it out a few different times, and they'll usually and you can see if YouTube's been doing this. Like if you have a video that's getting like a normal amount of views for you, but your click-through rate is very low, then you can go into your analytics and you can look at your audience, and you can look at so you go to like a specific video, go to the analytics on a specific video, go to reach, and you can look at impressions. So like if you're impressions, you can kind of look through all your content and look at the impressions.
Mhm.
And impressions is who YouTube is pushing this out to.
Right.
So like if you and if you've got so it's impressions, it's looking at your impression click-through rate, views, it's looking at a lot of different things, because YouTube wants people to watch your content. They want to watch every content. They want to watch everything. I don't think there's a conspiracy with YouTube on most things. Now there are some things like firearm content. There's content that they don't want to push. There's content that they don't want,
Look at
like
that, huh?
heavily politically motivated stuff or
Right.
stuff
Wow.
with violent things and images and such. They'll suppress they do suppress stuff, yes. But I think when it comes to stuff like what we do, I don't think there's a conspiracy or anything like that. They're not pushing it or whatever. I think
YouTube is $1 billion advertising company. That's what they
They
are.
are.
yes.
They are.
And
So-
the more people who watch, the more people who stay and watch on YouTube, the more they make.
So
So-
the less people that they monetize, the more money they make. Not being a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but the less people that are monetized, the less people that they have to pay, the better off they are as far as, pushing different stuff. I have one video 9 months ago, just today turned 9,700 views. Okay. That is one that they put an ad to. All right.
Let me play a couple of things here. If y'all haven't checked out Loving Keto, Ron's weight loss journey, check it out. He talks about his journey, and he's lost over 100 pounds, 120 some odd pounds. It's actually more than 120 pounds. Do it. He puts some cooking videos on there, but he has a cooking channel also that is Ron's weight loss journey. So check it out. Also, wanted to say thanks for dropping in. Happy Halloween, 1 Alpha 914. I appreciate it. And Ron, I understand. I have been there myself with the extra browser open. I have had that happen, and it drove me nuts until I figured it out. And I
So
should have thought
looking
of
at
that
my
with
most
you.
popular video, I've got like my most popular long form video has 20,000 over 20. It's like 20,400 views. And you can go in the reach tab and you can look at this. The impressions, 157,000 impressions. So they've sent this and put it in front of almost 153,000 people. I've got a click-through rate of 9.7. So that means that it's about 10% of everybody they put it in front of clicks on it.
Right.
That ain't
So
bad.
that means 20,000 people have clicked on this video from impressions. So the more they push it out, 10% of people are going to click on it. That's how you look at your numbers, and you can kind of go, okay, if they push it out to 100 people and 2% click on it, then they're not going to push it as much. So if they push it out to 100 people and 10 to 12 people click on it, then they'll push it out to 500. Then if 12%, 15% click on it, they'll push it out to 1,000. That's the way YouTube is going to work. I don't think that it's unless, like I said, there's something very racy, a lot of bad language, a very disturbing topic, that kind of thing. I don't think they're gonna,
No,
he's having fun with that aluminum foil.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. No, that was my point. My whole point is that certain videos that they push. Okay. Now my wife has a very small channel. All right. And they pushed one of her videos telling ghost stories. 9 times out of 10, she was getting 30 to 50 views on it. All of a sudden, one jumped up to 200 and something views, like overnight. So that's the one that they put an ad to, and they keep going. That was my only point for it.
Now, I don't think it's fair that they can put ads to stuff if you're not monetized,
right?
And they typically, and they don't very often. But as somebody who is monetized, I think to them, it makes the more people who are monetized, the better, because that's why they have the monetization level set to where they have it 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, or with shorts, 10 million shorts. Seems wholly unattainable, but obviously it's not. But for the average person creating shorts, I think it is. So that's, but you can still be monetized with your 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers and still get money from your shorts if you get enough views.
Do you think there's a time frame? They said a time frame up on it. As far as when somebody can become, other than going viral, it's like a year or two to get 4,000 watch hours.
Well, and it took me almost 2 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I have almost 350 videos, and I was putting videos out 2 to 3 to 4 a week for almost 2 years before I got monetized. That's not uncommon. Some people it takes them 6 years to get monetized. Some people do it in 2 months.
Right.
Now it just comes down to what's the content. Some things they maybe have the luck of the foresight to go, okay, this is going to be huge. They make the content, they get it out, and it is huge. I just think that I don't look, because there's YouTubers out there that I see, and they get really into like, I've got X number of subscribers. How come I'm not getting more views? And it's like, well, you need to look at your content, reevaluate the content that you're making, the effort that you're putting into that content, the effort that you're putting into your thumbnails, the effort that you're putting into your titles, your keywords. Are you restructuring keywords? Because you want to make sure, the search, how to maximize search inside your description. There's a lot of things that you can do. YouTube is not just set it and forget it. I go back and I make new thumbnails for content. If I put a video out and the content doesn't hit in like 24 to 48 hours, like I don't see the normal views, I'll go and I'll redo the thumbnail. I'll sit there, take a crap, and make a new thumbnail. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I got you. I totally got it. I would just to listen to other people talk about how you do this, you do that, do this, do that, do this. It doesn't work for everybody. I'm sorry, it doesn't work.
Hey, I was going to jump in with that. What you guys were talking about as far as growth and stuff. You also got to remember the market. Depending on what you're doing, the market could already be saturated. And if you've taken any economics classes, it's like, how do you penetrate? See, like
Right.
I'm doing the outdoorsy stuff. I'm a dime a dozen. Good luck me getting in there. But let's take somebody we know, Tarsha, triple threat, right?
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, you have a female certified instructor, and all of a sudden, she's doing all these lives. There was a demand for that. She filled that void, and she got monetized very quickly.
Yes, she did.
Yeah, so you
And
got
she
to
puts out really good content too.
So I mean, you got to keep that in mind. I think I make a fine video, but how many other dudes are doing what I'm doing?
Yeah, yeah. And the three of us. We're doing stuff in female-dominated deal because there's a lot of males doing it, but let's face it, most everybody doing keto, the largest percentage is definitely female.
I think the biggest creators that are male in our niche is going to be Steve over at Serious Keto, which he hasn't dropped a video in over 3 weeks. So I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, he's like literally like 4 or 5 weeks into not dropping a video. Something's
And I
up.
don't know. I think somebody said something he was taking a break, but I tried to watch that video and I didn't hear him say anything about a break, but I don't know.
I didn't
Maybe
either.
I missed it. And then there's Sahil over at Headbangers Kitchen.
Yep.
If you guys aren't subscribed to Sahil, go over. He's got over 600,000 subscribers.
Right.
He's based out of India. He isn't keto anymore.
No.
But he still puts out keto content because, that's
where he's
it
got
100,000 subscribers.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of subscribers, and a lot of them were because of the keto content.
Yeah.
And then there's
Highfalutin low carb.
Highfalutin low carb. He hasn't been putting out a ton of content either.
No.
But I guess he's putting like once a month, maybe once every other month.
Right.
See, Dustin, that's why with your stuff, what you put up, I watch. Okay, because because I want to know what's he doing. What are they doing now? You see what I'm saying?
When
So
you
you
cook
have
Butter Bob's chicken, I still go back and watch that, and because when I want to make something, I'll look at it and like, all right, because I want to. When you did it, that chicken was absolutely perfect. I sure do wish Butter Bob would come back. Lord, I miss him.
I need to see if I can find a way to get a hold of him, see if I can have him on my podcast or whatever.
That would be good. That would be absolutely wonderful. Hey, have you ever watched Butter Bob?
No.
You need to go watch some of his stuff.
The last person out of my podcast, I never released a video. And I imagine a lot of you probably know. Well, luckily, I didn't release the video. But I had Jimmy Moore on my podcast.
Jimmy Moore. Why does that name sound familiar?
He did Living La Vida Low Carb, Keto Clarity.
That was it.
So there was so I had reached out to him and was like, I would like to be on my podcast. He goes, okay, let's set it up. And then I found out some not so good stuff about the person. I still went through with the interview. We talked for about an hour and a half. He was very complimentary of me and such, and said, you're doing really good at this. It doesn't seem like somebody who's new and all that stuff. And now he is, how to say this without getting your live all messed up. He's incarcerated.
Yeah.
He's incarcerated.
Crossbar Hilton.
Yeah, because of some of the people he was maintaining relationships with were 14 and 15.
Bingo.
Yeah. He's yeah.
Yeah. So I'm very lucky that my wife and I had sat down and talked about the entire thing. We talked about this person because the information that I found out was a little bit too soon before the interview was to happen, and I didn't want to be a jerk about it. So I went through the interview and talked to him, and we even brought up and talked about some of that stuff. This is before him going to jail. So this is before I knew any of that. I never would have talked to him if I knew this, right? But this was some other stuff, some things he had said, some company that he'd kept. He'd been on a podcast of somebody who is not very desirable. I mean, you can look all that up. I think it's all.
Hey, Randy.
Randy's here. Randy Schefter.
And so luckily, she's like, well, you'll do the interview. You won't post it and it won't be a big deal. I did and didn't post it. I still have it on my computer. And it was kind of one of those things. It's like you talk to somebody who, when I started keto, it was like him, 2 keto dudes. And then I found Goody Beats.
Yeah. Goody's got a good channel.
So those are some of the people that I looked up to, and like him and and Jimmy had done books. He had like a book collaboration with Jason Fung and all these other people. And so I was like, this is amazing. I get to talk to this person, but I never really looked at who he was behind the low carb stuff because it doesn't matter. I mean, in the average, right? You don't really care. Like, I don't care who people are behind whatever it is they're doing, right? And then that was brought to my attention. Then obviously those things, I was like, well, that's no good. You shouldn't be that kind of person.
Barbecue Mike G said he's pedo keto.
Yeah, man, that's.
I shouldn't be laughing, but that's funny.
Oh. But I mean, it was really a bummer to like have, get somebody of like, because I mean, I had one of the keto dudes on my podcast too. I had Richard Morris on my podcast. He was fantastic. He doesn't do that anymore, like the keto podcasting and stuff, because he's like getting his doctorate at university. He's like in his 50s.
Oh, cool.
And Keto
Connect isn't doing much anymore.
No, they're putting out a video a month, kind of like a vlog, but I think they've got a lot of stuff going behind the scenes. They're making a lot of money off of like affiliate stuff and
and
their website and everything.
And also she has had some serious health issues.
Yeah, I haven't really looked too much into that. I always see that as a little more personal than I need to know.
Same here.
And I know that sounds a little mean, but because I don't know them, so it's a little like if I don't know you and we don't have interactions, then it's not my business.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, if something were to happen to you, Mike, or something like that, I would definitely want to know, or even someone like the Hill.
Same here, but I don't really know them. They're here in Atlanta with me, but I don't really know them. Except for that. Them being
you might run into them at Sprouts.
Yeah, that's true because they do love Sprouts.
Daddy Dutch, what's up, bro? That's and that's the other thing. That's why I keep with one. Seems to me like people stray off. They get into a little bit of like say sponsored by something else. And that's their focus, just on that sponsor, whether they believe it's the right thing or not. Okay, and that's with everybody, but just in this thing right here, it was so demonized from begin with. Look what they did to Atkins. Okay, and Atkins actually had a lot to do with keto. This one Dr. Eric Westman at North Carolina, that he took up most of his files and stuff like that, and went back and did all the research on Atkins, Dr. Atkins. And you watch him and listen to him. He's the first guy to come out and say, you know what? Dirty keto is okay. Well, that shook a lot of heads. Whoa, what is he saying?
Right.
This and that. So, but then you start to listen to it. But what I mean is you follow a lot of people and all of a sudden you start seeing them veering off.
Ooh, is that non?
I've seen people go from keto, carnivore, and then completely reverse, go somewhere else. You know what I mean? And then start distancing themselves from the keto world. So
and that's something that that I was talking with Sahil over at Headbangers Kitchen. He was like, keto as a search term is trending down and has been for a while, right? And that's going to be a thing because keto is huge. And then we were talking like 6 years. I've seen the evolution of keto become a thing that no one's ever heard of to the biggest thing since sliced bread. And now it's kind of, it'll level off, but I still don't think like the idea that there's you can't look at YouTube as a feast or famine mentality, because as much content is uploaded every day versus how much is watched every day, there's more YouTube watched every day than there's probably TV available.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I agree. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Hey, what's the first thing? Even over Google, people want to see. You can Google something on your phone, listen to it. Most people go and watch it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, because YouTube is the second largest search engine on the internet.
On the internet, right.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
So that's why, like, my content, I try to make it searchable. So later down the road, like, people find a product. I have people message me on videos that I've made on products from 6 months ago. Oh, I bought this and I tried it and I want to see what other people thought about it. And like the Kroger keto crackers that were made of like carrots and stuff. They were awful. And
don't hold back, Dustin. Tell us
if you haven't seen the video, go watch it. It's hilarious. My face.
I remember watching it. And that was.
I got. They
man.
sent me a Simply Cool something, whatever it was. Sent me out a set of wooden spoons, spatula, wooden spoons, the whole bit. Marie, everybody laughed about it the whole bit, and I said, you know what? These people took the time to mail this out to me and asked me to do a review on it. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to review on freaking wooden spoons. The first one I did, I said, boy, I'd be really proud to get cracked in the ass with one of these when I was a kid. And I put that one out there, but then I thought about it. I said, wait a minute. Let me turn this around a little bit. And I went back and redid it. I didn't take the other one off, but I put another one up about it. And I specifically brought up these spoons. And I tell you what, they're pretty good stuff. You want to see the email I got from these people. We're going to put you out on our search, on our social medias and stuff like that. So, I mean, did I make any money off it? No, not a dime. Will I make anything off it? No, not a dime. Okay. But it's just the idea. If I keep that mentality from coming from the restaurant business, when somebody gives you something, you put it out, advertise it out. Okay. What it is, this is the same thing here. So if I'm flipping my keto steak with a wooden spoon from a place, I'm going to show it off. That's basically what it is.
Did you do the thing? Did you send in the profile for ketogenic.com?
Yes.
Okay. He and I both got contacted to be profiled on ketogenic.com.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we sent him some stuff and video, some photos and all. So I was like, wow, I'm impressed. This is good. This is real good.
I believe if you have straightforward content, okay, that people are going to watch. It's going to take time. We're going to get there. It's not going to happen overnight. But I mean, just some people want it tomorrow. And
Right.
it's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. Especially if
my
you
goal is to be funny, entertaining, real honest. I mean, you can watch our stuff and we're not blowing smoke up anybody's ass, right?
No, you're you get when you watch the reviews that he and his wife did, they're going to be exactly, you're going to hear exactly what they think. Especially with the lady.
Yeah. She cracks me up. Like, I'll edit the video and I'm here cackling and stuff, and I'll find like little stills of her face is like, and all this weird stuff. And I'll take pictures of it and send it to her. She's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Oh, nothing. No one's gonna see it. I mean, it's in the video. I'm here editing the video and I'm scrubbing through and I have fun. I like to put jokes in it, and like we were talking about something that tastes like haystacks on the last videos I put out, and it had like the haystack candy and like an actual haystack came out, and I had like the check mark and the X, like this is what I'm talking about. Just stuff like that makes me laugh, and that's what I want to do.
I watched that one you did with the one that they sent you. I can't. I'm bad with names. They sent you out the one stuff, and she went like this. Just shook her head. And you know what? And I'm a realist, so I said to myself, "Guess what? I ain't going to eat that crap. That's for sure. I'm not even going to look at it."
Wes over on
Highfalutin.
That's the one. He said he was doing pancakes, and he's one of them. He was trying, and he said, "All right, this is good. This is all right. This is good." And then he sat down. And he said, "All right, this one they said was the best keto pancake ever." He took a bite of it, and he said, "Nope."
When he goes, "Yo."
It's not there.
I love him. I wish, because he was in Indianapolis for a while, and I wish that I had a bigger presence or something like that we could have done some collaboration, or that'd have been so much fun, or at least got together and had dinner or something. That'd have been so much fun.
Oh, it
But
was
now he lives in San Diego.
San Diego, right?
He's closer to me.
Well, Steve at Serious Keto said, I would love to do a collaboration with Wes over there. And Wes said, hey, he came on and said, hey, I'd love to do it. But Steve said, I've reached out to him 2 or 3 times, but I hadn't heard anything back. But Wes was active, really heavy active for a while. And then right after he moved to Indianapolis, his activity went to about once a month.
Yeah.
And it's been in there and less even on occasion since then. Now, he's been only a couple of weeks since he put out his last video, and he's got one out now. I saw it in the notifications that he had one out. And I love his stuff. He is one of the first channels I ever subscribed to. Steve was another one I remember when they had next to no subscribers. That's how far back I go with them. Like less than 5,000 subscribers.
Yeah, because I know Steve is up in the Wisconsin, somewhere in the neighborhood of Milwaukee area.
Right. Kind of between, I think, but he's kind of between Madison and Milwaukee, I think.
Yeah. I've recorded some footage, but I never edited it into anything because there's a store up there called Woodman's. And I went through and just pulled some stuff out. I just never edited it down.
What do you got, Johnny?
Are you making naan? Are you
Johnny, what are you making, John?
Yeah, pretty much. It's just pizza dough, just grilled bread. My girls call it steak bread. It's something I started doing, so I just season it up, and then we serve it up with meat, and then
because the way it came out, it looked like naan.
Right. And so I'm going to slice up some bell peppers and some hummus and stuff, and then go to town. So not exactly keto friendly, but you can pick and choose what you want.
There you go. I'll eat the steak.
Yeah, it's like I thought. It's like do some cooking.
There you go.
Radio Jones is in the house.
Yes,
what's up? Devil Dog back in for a bit. Sheena's here.
Yeah, Steve. I hope he is okay. I'm actually genuinely worried about him because he's.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's just taking a break or whatever. Who knows? I hope they're okay.
Right.
Something down with his wife or something.
Because he put nothing. Nothing out there about that he was going to do it. I'm like you. I went back and watched the video again to see the last several videos, just to see if I missed something, and I didn't.
I did comment on the last video saying, I'd been on vacation. I hadn't really been paying attention to anybody's channel really because we've been on vacation, prepping for vacation, getting back from vacation. And yeah, I'm always kind of watching YouTube and stuff, but it's a little different when I'm home and I can
it's hard to do it when you're out. It's hard to do when you're out.
I tell you, he really put it out there at one time, with the problem that he had.
Yes.
And I
salute him for that.
Hell yeah! That's for the amount of people that subscribed to him, and for him to put that up like that, I thought that was pretty.
Hey, Trumpet Master. Yeah, he's something. He is a.
Sometimes a little too perfect for me. You know what I
mean? Yeah, I get it. But he has the way he opens up on his channel is really incredible. With the things that he talks about and about himself and all, and I'm like, wow, dude, you got some strength. You got some inner strength, and I'm proud of him for it. Well, lurk away, Devil Dog, and I welcome you here. Good to see you. But he's Batman. Johnny, you see what Jonesy's saying about you. Batman. Cooking.
Batman cooked before.
Yeah, you want to know my secret identity?
He wore he has a mask that he wore. Where's that mask at you wore, Johnny?
I don't have a mask. I need to get one though.
Didn't you have a mask on where you were Batman?
No.
Who was that I saw do that?
I don't know. I don't have enough time for lives to get out there. But Jonesy and I were talking about I need to order one so I can start a video out that way. All right, so let's see what it's Jonesy saying over there, man. I was like, you want to know my secret identity? Oh, I've never seen Batman cook in his cave before. Well, Robin does. All right.
Yeah.
Let's put that over there.
Well,
Oh, Dustin, hi, nice to meet you. We've never really got to talk before.
Expeditionary Johnny, this is Dustin from Keto Simple. Y'all, he does cooking in his videos. He'll go out on a hike and he'll cook on a camp stove. Johnny will, and he'll prepare a full meal right there in front of you on a camp stove in one pan, and it's good. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Now, it ain't keto, but
No, not at
it
all.
looks really good.
Now I got a jambalaya one coming out this Saturday, and then I think I'll do the beanie weenies one next week. I want to go do some fishing tomorrow. But yeah, I like to cook, and so Dustin, I kind of tune into you fellas, and always like looking for ideas because I'm like meat works for me, And it does get me thinking about other vegetables to cook up and stuff. Like Tom was cooking up some zucchini, and I like the technique how he kind of dried it up to try to get that crispiness. And I was like, you know what? That reminds me, I got a big one. I need to drain when I might shred the zucchini for zucchini bread. Maybe I need to drain it more. He's like, make a video. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay.
And it came out great. He
Oh,
made
it
a
was
zucchini
awesome.
bread that was great.
It was really good.
Jonesy says he's going to send you one.
Oh, there we go. Let's see what we got here.
But
Well, there we go.
man, wow, we're almost 2 hours in.
There you go.
I'm going to cut it at 2 hours too because I'm whooped.
I got to go cook dinner for the lady in a little bit.
Yeah,
She fell asleep in front of the TV downstairs, and I sent her. I head upstairs and I sent her a text message saying, "I'm going to be on Mike's live for a little bit, and then I'll come back downstairs and start dinner and do dishes and stuff." And she's like, "Okay."
Is she still working the night shift?
No, she works days, but she hasn't worked since last week.
Because she was working nights for a while, wasn't she?
No,
You'd have her coming in late or something after.
Well, yeah, sure. She would normally go into work. She gets there. She'd leave the house about 6:20 in the morning, and get home between like 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Okay. That's why I thought it was nights. That's a long day.
Yeah. So that's why with the new position, she's going from a 3-day week to a 2-day week.
Oh wow.
Oh, but they're paying her like she's working 3 days.
Everything come out all right, Ron, Tom?
It's all golden.
Answers your question, Mike.
It's all golden.
Let's see.
Here. So how was your trip, Mike?
It was good. We had a blast. It wasn't good. It was great.
Excellent. Yeah, it was
the last time I walked that much was when I was in Las Vegas.
Looking for me.
Yeah.
Is that because you lost the note to your car and you had to walk home?
No. We the first time we went to Las Vegas, man, we walked an incredible amount. That was
step challenge.
Walking like 40,000 plus steps a day, and then this last time we did probably 25,000 steps a day. But up in New York, we were doing near 20,000 a day. And
I tell you, man,
it was a lot. But rode the train. That was an experience.
You rode a train?
We rode the subway.
Nice.
And I tell you
nothing
what,
like that fresh urine experience.
Yeah.
Was it clean? Was it scary?
It wasn't scary. It really wasn't scary. But then I wasn't in a part of town where it should have been scary. I don't think.
Gotcha.
But there were several people sleeping in doorways on streets up there where you'd find them there. They'd be begging for money. Or a couple of them wanted to get in your face about it, but I told them where to go. A couple of them. Most of them were, once you told them no, thank you, go on. They left. But
is Chef still out there in the house? I've got his 3 rubs on these here 3 steaks here.
Are you gonna do a comparison?
I am. So that's why I've been recording it. So I'll probably
okay, good.
I'll probably post it next Tuesday or so. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
Get some editing. I went to New York City. Yeah, that
New
was
York
country.
City. Is that where you got your pace for
This
the
here
country?
country boy hit the big time and went to New York City.
Did you get any salsa?
I did not get any salsa. I did not. I did though get about everything else. I did.
I think if we went to New York, we'd have to go to that deli and get the pastrami and then go.
Katz's Deli.
Yeah, and then there's a place where Shanda talks about going when she was a kid and getting these cannolis, and their parents would have them shipped in sometimes. These cannolis, I'd probably try that. Like, I'd totally be okay being a food tourist and not always keto, but
Well, I did not stick to keto while I was there, but I did have some. I did decent. I only put on 3 pounds, so I'll take it. You know, 5 days in New York, I'll take 3 pounds. You know.
Hell yeah. Hey, Matt. Yeah.
Matt,
I mean,
how you doing? Man, I wanted to get with Matt so bad, but our cousin, Paige and our cousin, we she
nice.
had us. She
I don't know if you
scheduled
can see
everything
that
out,
there.
and it was tight. I'm sorry we couldn't get together, Matt. I wish we could have. It would have been great to do that.
I told him that you're up there. He said he was going to reach out.
Yeah, he did, and we talked. We had texted back and forth, and I had we'd get up we'd be gone by 9 o'clock, and eating breakfast at the bodega down the street at the little deli they had, and then we didn't get back until like 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
You didn't try Katz's, did you?
No, didn't get to Katz's, but we did Sardi's, which was good, but Patsy's was so much more better.
Patsy's a great restaurant. Actually, I worked around the corner from Patsy's, a place called Jimmy Weston's, and it was a great spot. A lot of big celebrities and stuff used to go in and out of there all the time. But Patsy's was one of my favorites. For great Italian food, traditional, just family after, in fact, I'm Facebook friends with the owner. Really good guy.
I wanted to get with Matt. We would get back at like 11 o'clock, or almost was midnight really, from plays that we went to and that kind of stuff.
I used to go into the city practically once, maybe twice a week. I get done work. We'd close up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, jump in a car, drive in, go to Lower Manhattan. It's a place I used to go to called Vincent's. I used to sit down and have some galamad shrimp, and I drink wine, my Chianti, okay, in a glass, and I'd ask for ice. And with the manager, the owner, he would go out of his mind, talk broken English. What's the matter? You drinking the wine with the ice? What's the matter with you? we'd argue and fight, and he'd say, "How do you want the galamad?" I said, "Hot." You can't handle my hot. Oh, I tell you what, he brought some hot sauces out that were actually purple looking. That's how hot this stuff was. And I wouldn't flinch. I would.
I don't like calamari. I don't. Well, I had some at Patsy's.
Oh yeah.
Oh dear Lord, that was so good.
Do you have the meatballs at Patsy's?
No, I had chicken cacciatore.
That's the best. That's another signature dish they have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chicken.
And I'm telling you, the chicken melted in my mouth. That's oh my Lord. That was amazing.
Great food. Then they have a place down in the basement. You go down in the basement. That's where they have a lot of shows. Matter of fact, he just did a thing for Sinatra. Sinatra was Frank Sinatra and Jackie Gleason. Because right next to Patsy's, up the street a little bit, was the Park Sheridan Hotel, and it was basically a private hotel. It was mostly celebrities that stayed there and stuff. But that's where Gleason and Sinatra was all the time in there.
And I've had good stuffed mushrooms. They brought out a stuffed mushroom that I've never had a stuffed mushroom that good in my life.
Nice.
And
I'm going to go ahead and do a hot take. Mushrooms are gross.
Could do a review on it. Got to get him chocolate covered.
Run them through the chocolate.
I thought about doing the There's a brand of coffee. It's called Four Sigmatic, and it's like a lion's mane, like a mushroom coffee. I was thinking about getting a bag of that and trying it and seeing what we thought about that. It's mushroom, and I'm like,
Yeah, I just found. I go to this Oriental store and I just found dried shiitake mushrooms. I haven't seen them for a year or so. And I tell you what, they're freaking awesome. I mean, the properties, the physical properties they have for you are unbelievable.
You talk about lion's mane, made me think. I got one for you to try when you're doing your coffee reviews.
yeah,
It's not a coffee. It's called mud water. Have you heard of it? It's MUDWATR, and it's basically got mushrooms and all kind of stuff in it, and they market it as a kind of a replacement for coffee.
I'll try it. There's a band I like. They're called Cannibal Corpse, and I mean they've been around since the early '90s. You guys ever see Ace Ventura: Pet Detective?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
You know, like you're in the bar and there's that metal band playing.
Yeah,
That's Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they got a different singer now. They've had a different singer for 20 plus years now, but I've seen them a bunch of times. They just released like a pre-order for a coffee. That's basically the bag is kind of looks like their album cover or whatever. And I was like, oh, let me go order a bag. It's a 12-ounce bag of coffee. They wanted $33.
Nope.
I was like,
nope. Not doing that.
I mean, if I was making more of my videos, then it might be probably a little easier to swallow that kind of price.
Well, the Ace Ventura: Pet Detective made me think that was the first one, right? That was the one where they were trying to get the dolphin back.
Yeah.
And that's the one where in the one of the scenes at the end, the
Nice.
lady, you had this happen. Look, Dustin, isn't this the one in the look at this, Dustin, where the guy they had the scene.
Everybody been making that with her?
Yeah. I laughed myself silly. Yeah. Oh wow. Uh-oh. Johnny's getting ready here.
Johnny's got to do it now.
Go, Johnny. Go, Johnny.
It's 8 o'clock, so I'm gonna jump off here, fellas. It's been wonderful chatting with you guys. I'm gonna go start dinner.
Here.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah,
Nice meeting you, Johnny. Tom,
Dustin, have a great night. Enjoy yourself.
Thanks,
guys
Dustin.
too.
Thanks, Dustin.
I'll see
Appreciate
you later.
coming in. Take
Okay.
care,
man.
man.
I'll be here every once in a while.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
Say hi to your lady.
I will. Have a good night, guys.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Chat, everybody in the chat. Thanks so much.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is.
He puts out great content too. I love his reviews because you're going to get an honest review.
Yeah, and there's no whitewashing.
No, he doesn't. Yeah, and the lady, his lady, does not have a poker face.
She'd been into that one. I forget what it was. Coconut something. I forget what the hell what the candy was or whatever a bar was. And she just went,
Wasn't buying it, huh?
no.
Sometimes she'll say, "Go ahead." I'll wait. I won't say anything till you try it, and then he'll say.
But that's what I was saying before. How people get off track with if they get a sponsor or something like that, and all of a sudden, you got to say the right stuff about all that stuff. That to me, it's garbage. I don't buy that crap.
Right. Yeah, the Kelly Kettle people do not like me because I've been very honest about that thing.
Wow.
Every couple of weeks or so, I get somebody, such and such. I'm like, yeah, that's what I hear. That's what they tell me. But oh wow!
I was talking about my wife's cousin with the way she was the tour guide and she had us on a tight schedule.
Yeah,
she's a native New Yorker, and I'm here to tell you, we could not have done this without her. Oh my Lord, it was amazing.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off, Johnny. I'm sorry.
I wasn't going to say anything. Tom's going to say something though.
Tom, go ahead.
my family was born I was the only one born in New Jersey. Everybody else was born in Manhattan. So we're up on the Upper East Side, okay, which was not what it is now. I mean, now you can't touch anything up there. But my family was between 79th Street between First and York Avenue, right on the East River. And right there was St. Monica's, the school, and then the high school. Everything was right there. So the family just didn't have to go too far for anything. So in that area from 79th Street south and over west is like the old stomping grounds. Mm-hmm. So when I would go into Manhattan later on in life, a couple of my cousins would take me to a couple different places. And I tell you what, you would go in and the food off the charts, great food.
Yeah.
And once they knew who you were, I took Marie to a place that my cousin's husband, he was a little connected, but he told me to go to this one place. And we went in, and I bought a bottle of wine to have with dinner. Me and Marie. They bought me back a bottle of wine, so I bought one. They bought one.
Mm-hmm.
I had a drink. They sent a drink. Okay. It got to the point where I was like, "Whoa."
Something's got to give. Something's got to give.
But it just kept coming back and forth. And then they found out that I cooked. Okay. So and all of a sudden he'd start sending out a little bit of appetizers and this and that. Next thing you know, we're looking at me and Marie started laughing because the table, you couldn't fit a fork on the table.
Right.
With all the stuff they brought. Come on, mangiare. Hey, try. Hey. Great stuff. Great stuff. You don't see that no more. Now, you get used to it. Like I said, I would go in after work to a couple different places and I'd stay till 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, go home, sleep, get up, be back at work 11, 12, in the afternoon and until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning again. And that just kept going. But that, I don't find that anywhere else. Definitely not in North Carolina.
Right.
Very rarely in Florida you'd have anything like that. The closest out here is here, but we haven't been, and the age, so.
Yeah.
Right.
But I was amazed. Like I said, Patsy's was my favorite. Sardi's was the most interesting because you're looking
history.
at all the history there. You're
the
looking
history.
at all the history. The food was good. And I have no complaints about it. I had a good meal.
Too much money.
Yeah, it is. But
you can go off the street to another place like that and get food probably 3 times better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And more than likely, the people who worked at Sardi's went to that other place to work at. So the complementation of the food is like crazy. So,
but the atmosphere in there was fantastic. I can't complain about that. And I enjoyed myself everywhere we ate. I really enjoyed myself a lot. It was
good.
It
was
really
I'm glad
good.
it was a good experience.
Yeah, I got no complaints about any of the food whatsoever.
Good. Because I don't know. When I go on a trip, I like whatever that they have locally. I got to try it. I mean,
there you go. That's what I did.
That's how you get to know the people and so. I mean, the history and stuff.
Right.
My aunt, she met me in Philadelphia, and she showed me around and took me to where because she used to live there for decades, and it was nice to get an insider's tour there.
Well, that's what we got. We got one from an insider because she's a native New Yorker. She's been down here in Georgia for 20 plus years now. But, she is a native New Yorker and she knows all the places to go to. She's
right.
and we did, and she got us. I'm telling you, we could not have got around New York without her.
Oh, I hear that. I wouldn't have gone around Philadelphia. Yeah, thank goodness. you got to know people. That's really important. That is for sure.
And
Johnny, I told Mike, I said, if he gets any trouble with anybody, just tell him that they know me. And tell them to forget about it. I don't worry about nothing.
That's right.
And I threw his name out there, and they said, you tell that. He still owes me money.
Yeah, he still owes me money.
I said, some guy said to me, he says, holy moly, what are you doing out in Vegas? He says, what are you in the witness protection?
Oh, man.
Forget you saw me.
Forget about
He
it.
said,
huh?
Double Dog, I wish you were as popular as Batman. Oh, I'm just everywhere. Not that I'm popular. I sneak in like
No, 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 no,
Hey,
no, no.
Hey, Johnny, I watched your video the other night. You camping outside.
Yeah.
I got to be honest with you. I really got to be honest with you. There ain't enough leaves in that woods where you were at to make me comfortable. I don't give
Oh,
a
good
damn.
Lord, man. It was, yeah.
My idea of roughing it is when they shut down room service at 11 o'clock.
I heard
That's
that, but
you know, holy crap.
See, when I was younger, I would go to the riverbank. I'd fish all night long with a trot line. We'd run a trot line. You know what a trot line is?
that's where you run it across there and several lines down with hooks.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exactly. And you gotta be careful when you're pulling them up because you're liable to catch you a snapping turtle.
Ooh, soup.
Yeah, exactly. But be careful. I'm telling you, they get the name snapping turtle for a reason.
Yes, they do. I've reeled in a snapping turtle or two.
Yeah.
And,
Me
he
too.
got him in the neck. And,
Yep.
he was mad at
Oh
me.
yeah. They get furious. And when they get furious, they ain't scared.
No, he would take
You know how
my
you see
finger
the
out.
turtle crawl up? No, no. But
I gave him the tip of my fishing pole to chew on for a bit so I could get the hook out of his neck and throw
there
him
you
out.
go.
I just carried his tail. I'm like, get out of here.
There you go.
Yeah, no
But
good to eat that
but
way
we-
because then the adrenaline's too much.
We'd throw a trot line out there. You know, we'd run a trot line to the other side of the riverbank. And
Are you writing a country song?
no,
Oh, okay. Sound like you're
no,
starting to write a
and
country song.
we would throw out some lines, and we'd lay there and catch fish for a while. And let's see, why won't it let me? Oh, there we
Yeah.
go. There we go. Hey, Jonesy. But we would
Hey.
then the next thing we know, we would take I'd pull up a log. We'd start a fire on the side of the river. I'd pull up a log and I'd use it for a pillow. And take me a siesta.
I was at a survival class, and those dudes set us up for failure with making
They always
char.
do in those classes.
Yeah, and so I was out in Ohio, and I knew I did what they told me to. I knew it wouldn't work, and then later I was like, I'm gonna get my deliverable, and so I made more char, and I had the bird's nest, and the instructor kind of waltzed off, and I was like, "You coming back? Yeah, I'll come back." So I put my head on my backpack, whatever. That was my pillow. And I just took a nap until eventually a couple other instructors walked by and they're like, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm waiting for Dan to come back. I need to get this checked off." They're like, "Oh, he ain't coming back." But so they checked me off. I did it and stuff. But I was like, I ain't going nowhere. I'm getting my deliverable.
I'm good. Uh-huh. Yeah.
But yeah, that tells you, it's like, I like Al. Al's a good friend because that was not my idea of a comfortable night. I mean, getting up every couple hours to throw more wood on the fire.
I was gonna do one, but I was gonna just break balls, but I didn't want to offend anybody. I don't know how people are, but I was gonna do a survival thing in my living room.
Right. Well, my brother, his idea of camping when we got sleeping bags, he laid his sleeping bag on the bed. That was camping.
Yeah, I was gonna rig a tent up in the living room.
There you go.
And have my bell, okay, and and have
That's
Maria
your one
hand me
item.
something.
You take I guess his idea of roughing it was no cable at the Holiday Inn.
Yeah, no room service shuts off at 11. I tell you.
Man. Oh man. Well,
Jonesy,
you guys
what's up,
saw
brother?
how I took care of my food, right?
Yeah.
At the very end.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't watched it. I got it in here to watch. I will watch it. I'm so
You
far
got that
behind on videos. That's not even
breakfast pizza. I said, oh,
That's right.
No.
I was like, this is for fun.
Yeah. I said I got to be there with you.
100%, brother. We
It
go
looked-
out there on that giant swing. You come out here, we'll sit on that giant swing eating pizza.
I was waiting. I was waiting for you to say,
Look at there.
"Ooh, this bed is comfortable."
That wasn't going to come out of my mouth.
Look
No,
at
that
what he
looks
is. Look at
tasty.
look at what Jonesy's eating.
At Jonesy Rum Channel. Jonesy on the Rum Channel.
Do they make keto
wrong.
ice cream? Because I can
No.
pretend
That's
to
the
do
wrong kind of drumstick.
See, yeah, I got my grilled bread right here.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
there's another type of drumstick there. You know what I'm going to do with that? I'll burn it.
Rubbing two sticks together.
I
See, that's the wrong drumstick. There ought to be. Can you fry that drumstick? Can you?
I can fry.
Probably
I can
could.
fry with it. I can fry with it.
No, I'm talking about Jonesy. Can you
Yeah.
fry that drumstick?
More than likely.
You put a giant hot dog on there, you dip it in corn batter, and then you fry it.
Oh,
I've had fried ice cream before.
I have too,
Mm.
and it was damn good.
Sure
I'm going
was.
to do my side by side here. I want to do my comparison here for this video because I need to eat something. There you
Well, chow down.
Yeah, chow down. No, that way you got to point the opposite direction. Hey, Batman.
I stopped
How did
doing
you
that.
get the Batman? Where do you get the Batman from?
So
That's a
about
lot, yeah.
what 5 a.m. or so, Jonesy?
About 18 hours into his 24-hour live, he decides to, hey, I've got a good idea. Let's all sit down together and watch some Batman cartoons. So we're watching these Batman cartoons, and it was sort of out there. It was a different Batman sort of show, but it was awesome. And we're all sitting there watching it. And then someone says, hey, I think you've been cancelled. I think someone's pulled down your live. And then the live was taken down because he was, I don't know.
Copyright.
Right. Yeah,
And
I
then-
thought I was just sharing another channel's content, and
He was,
Yeah.
but you said about 5 in a row.
Yeah.
And then he goes, oh, well, I'm Batman or something like
oh,
that.
oh yeah, because there's a
Yeah,
whole
that's-
episode of where all these times where the Batman character is like, I'm Batman, and so
Yeah.
so they
Yeah.
decided to run with it. So now I'm Batman. So I'm gonna have to get a mask or something like that for my intros from time to time.
Wow.
And it just stuck. And then I said to him, say a couple of words. And he said, a couple of words about what? And I said, oh, I don't know, something like this. And he went,
Hey, welcome to the Expeditionary Johnny channel. Do you want to know my secret identity?
Call me Batman. From now on, I'll call you Batman.
You dress like a bat all the time.
I dress like a bat because I'm Batman.
How can you make your costume look so real?
Because I'm Batman.
Tune in anytime.
Now he's gonna give me a copyright. Now he's gonna get.
not the audio.
Oh,
That's
man.
Johnny. That's all Johnny, 100%.
That's right. Yeah, he's got a nice. Jonesy's got a great video of it where he pieced it all together.
Yeah.
Wow.
I seen it. It was pretty cool.
You know what? I'm hungry enough to eat the south end of a northbound mule.
That's hungry.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I got to cut this off. I got to go eat something. I ain't
So
had
you-
nothing in a while.
So Johnny's Batman. Okay, he's eating drumsticks over here, and you over here. That way.
That way.
That way. He's Buttman.
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 Hey, all right. Hey.
You can eat the south end.
How I prefer Arseman. Let's see, prim and proper.
Yeah. All right.
We don't
Mike
want,
locks back.
we don't want to upset the aristocrat.
You don't need me to press record, do you?
All right, fellas. This has been fun. Thanks for being
It has been
letting me
fun.
on there. I'm
It
gonna
has
go
been
ahead.
a lot of fun. Y'all,
All
I
right.
appreciate it. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate it. But I'm gonna call this one now because I got to it.
All right.
Go
Put it in
ahead.
the country
Y'all too?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. G, no.
Skeet? No,
Don't
Skeet.
do?
Skeet.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Joy.
I remember it's like when Foxworthy talked about that joke. I'm like, I was already accused of that a decade prior to that. I was like, squeak. And they're like, I was like, let's go eat. And they were like, what'd you say? What's squeak? I said, no. I said, let's go eat. And I said, no, you said squeak.
It's Jeet. Jeet down here. Jeet. No.
Jeet?
Don't do?
No.
No.
Don't
Jeet.
do?
No. Don't do?
No, then they say, already at.
Already it.
All right.
I don't know.
I
You
was throwing around in New York. I was throwing around when they said, "Are y'all hungry? You ready to eat something?" I said, "Well, I'm a mite peckish."
Peckish.
Too funny.
That's okay. From time to time, I have to go tinkle.
Hey, and get back in that great bed you made.
That's right. Oh man, just
I can't wait
snug
to
as a
see
bug
this
as a
video.
in a rug with
I
all
gotta
the
see
other
this
buddies.
video. I gotta see it.
I said I can't wait to talk to him. So I'm going to tell you.
You woke up with leaves all over your head and your hair and your
I mean,
beard. Leaves
I'm a
everywhere.
week behind in videos. I got.
He looked like an arsonist. That's what he looked like. Ready to set something on fire.
I'm so far behind. I'm better off just to tell all
Start from
those to go away and start from scratch. That's how far away I am behind.
Except for my channel, you do need to do a marathon run on mine. Though.
Yeah.
I've
Present
got the
company
baby,
excluded, right?
I've got the baby patty melons out there.
I'm saving that because I want to see the latest patty melon. That's for sure.
Right.
The babies are sticking their heads out.
Oh, good. I love it. I'm all looking forward to seeing that.
We went round and round with that with the
full screen. That's going to get full screen.
We went round and round with your patty melon because I kept asking everybody, wonder if they have them seedless. No, it's a kangaroo. They kept saying. It's a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's some, I don't know. I have to really, someone said it's an Aboriginal word, but it doesn't sound Aboriginal to me.
Oh, that doesn't sound Aboriginal at all.
Hey, it tastes like chicken.
Jonesy, you got to listen to this one. You got it before we cut this. I'm in the Museum of Natural History there in New York, and they got a little section talking about different areas of the world, and they're down in the Pacific, and they got a section for Australia. Do you know what they did not have in the section for Australia? A didgeridoo.
Yeah.
How can you not put one in there?
Well, maybe. Even I got a boomerang.
They had boomerang. They had a boomerang. They had all kind of other stuff. They got a whole lot of sticks and all from, and Aboriginal stuff and all, but not a single didgeridoo. And I'm like, really? Yeah.
Hey, we were playing in a Sam's music. We were in Sam's music store in Dallas. They got a stage there for touring bands to rehearse, and it just brings people into the shop. Like a Thursday night, come down to Sam's music store. We've got an international band, blah blah blah. So we go down there, and I'm talking to a couple of the workers there, and they're all just chatting away. And the guy goes, "This young bloke, he had a really weird name too. I videoed him actually. He said, hey, do you want to? I got a didgeridoo out the back." And I said, "You want to see me play it?" I went, "Oh, yeah, why not? Yeah, sure. Can you play it?" And he just walks out the back, grabs it, and he's just blowing it like out of the park. And I said, "Well, where did you learn to do that?" And he said, "Mate, in here, we've got all the instruments. We've got to learn how to play every single one of them if we want to sell them." So he was a nice guy.
Self-taught. Wow.
I got that video here somewhere. I'll have to.
Jonesy, you do the best mouth didgeridoo I've ever heard.
Thanks, mate. It's all about the mic and the hand. You got to go. You got to go. That's the way you do it, mate. That's the way. It's like that's the way they do it, but they do it over there, and they go.
It didn't work that time.
I do the other one. Right. Yeah, the other one's. And they don't go like that, really. But no, I'm usually at work this time of the day, so I'm glad they've gave me the day off. And then I said, "Hey, I'm going to take tomorrow off too." And I said, "You can't do that." And I said, "You watch me."
Hide and watch, right?
Yeah. I said, "I'm not coming in." And they said, "Really?" I said, "Yeah." So I'll sit here and eat ice cream and watch you guys.
There you go.
It's a keto ice cream, but
right. I saw the top. It ain't keto. I saw the top.
I grabbed it. We come home from the shops, and I grabbed it to walk out here, and I thought, you guys must be still on, because I had you on the phone when I was down the street, and then I went, "Oh, you guys are still on." So I've just grabbed this out of the fridge, and I've just walked out the back, and then I realized, I'm going on a keto show, and I'm eating. I can't eat this, but it's going to melt.
But it didn't stop you, though, did it?
No, but why not?
Shante, good to see you, man. You
Stupid
came
Australia.
in. We're fixing to end it. I'm sorry. I really am. I didn't. Oh, because I got to go et. Now he's from Georgia. He knows what et means.
Eat. I've been to America.
There you go.
Middle America is the best place too, I reckon.
Middle America? No,
I reckon.
no.
I didn't like New York.
I'm down here in the lower part, and we got it best.
I liked it. Like everywhere from Dallas down all the Louisiana, all the
We rarely get somebody move here and leave. They
Yeah.
want to stay. Shantae's living proof.
Well,
He
that's
came
great.
in from California for college, and it's like, hey, I ain't going nowhere. I'm here.
So where is he?
Georgia.
Yeah. I like. I got good friends in Bremen. Is it Bremen or
Bremen.
Bremen, Georgia? Yeah,
Bremen.
I got some good friends over there.
You get on that beltway, you can't get off. That's why nobody can leave.
Well, you know that it's famous because Pascual Perez, who was a pitcher for the Braves, he was supposed to pitch that night, and then all of a sudden he's no show at the ballpark. Turned out he got on 285 trying to go to the ballpark and couldn't figure out where to get off, and he went around 285 who knows how many times. Because hey, it does go in a circle all the way around the city.
And my daughter went to Atlanta, and they went to all the games. So she's got, they got the big baseball outside the park.
Yeah.
And she's got pictures of that, and inside the ballpark. And yeah, she's got her partner's family's from there somewhere.
Oh.
Yeah, so she's got all the gear. Yeah, she's doing university at the moment in Queensland, and they were going to Canada, but now she's got a choice of Atlanta or somewhere in Canada. So he's going, well, he's working in a mine over here making a squillion. And they said, well, if we make enough money, we might just buy a house wherever you find your job, we'll buy a house and I'll find work anywhere. So, yeah, I might have family over your way shortly.
There you go. Well, hey, tell them look me up. If they come, tell me. I'll hook you up with phone numbers and all, and I'll show them around.
Thanks, mate.
Cool.
All right, folks.
Mike, take care.
This was a lot of fun.
Jonesy, everybody.
Bye, Johnny.
Have a good one, Johnny. Take care.
Cheers.
Hi. Oh man.
Y'all take care.
Yeah, see you, mate.
Oh, I had the volume turned down. How you all doing?